Welcome to Lore Here, episode 65. We have a guest. We have a guest here with us. This is Carlo Cavaluzzi. He was he came onto my radar at least when the Yard was doing their little rockathon for charity. He shouted out Score Hero, and I thought that was really cool. And I immediately had to go get his contact info. And now here he is.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you introduce yourself, Carlo? Tell us about you.
So I'm Carlo. I'm a photographer. I live in LA. I kind of got my whole not introduction, but like indoctrination into the world of music by playing Guitar Hero and Rock Band. I've toured with bands across 5 continents. I won an award from Abbey Road. I've done a lot of stuff when it comes to music, and it kind of all comes back to Guitar Hero in a funny way. I mean, the last band that I was just on tour with was Senses Fail.
Ooh.
Can't be saved.
Oh,
Yep.
that's so sick.
And Buddy, when he would introduce Can't Be Saved, they would do like a drum flare up into it, and he would go, Guitar Hero 3! Like, right as they came into it. And I just remember
cool.
that moment was kind of like a self-reflection where I was like, I heard of this band because they were on Guitar Hero, and now I work for them. So that's a kind of a
It's a cool
crazy
full circle moment.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the so the Yard had the Rockathon charity event just now, and I DM'd Slime I think in September. I kind of became friends with those guys somewhat recently in the last year, and that I kind of found out that Slime was the more into music, into rock, whatever kind of guy. And
we could tell that too watching the stream.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
obvious.
He was ripping some of those songs, but
He was.
I remember asking if he was into Guitar Hero or Rock Band or anything like that, and he was like, "Oh yeah," and he has an E-kit and plays guitar and all this stuff, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
Wait, so that was Slime's E-kit? That was his own drum set that he just brought in?
I believe that was his personal kit.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I was wondering how that came about, the
Just
E-kit.
magically spawned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you went pretty hard for this production then if you went and got an E-kit for it, but no, you already had it. Okay, that makes sense.
sense.
But, yeah, what was it? Yeah, sorry, I had a mental space.
Oh, good.
Happens to the best of us. We always do this.
All of us here.
This is my first podcast, so.
Oh,
Figure out.
You were just on a live podcast, bro.
Technically,
Different.
I guess.
Yeah, very different.
It was released on Patreon, but yeah, Slime. I found out was into music and whatever and Rock Band, and then I just messaged him in September. It was like, "Yo, we should play Rock Band. We should do the Endless Set List." I did it when I was younger, but I never did the. Was it the gold? Steel bladder? Gold?
Bladder of
Steel.
Bladder of Steel.
Yeah.
It was a precious metal and a bladder, and I remember trying to do it twice and just failing. I mean,
It was hard.
It's not easy, man.
84.
Yeah, 84.
Dude, I was like, I'm pretty sure it was the Mastodon song where I was just like, dude, I can't.
Colony of Birchman.
I was just like, I can't. I just have to pee, dude.
Yeah, we get to that
I was
part.
like 16, and I was
6
like,
hours or so.
Mom, leave me alone for 7 hours, and I'm also not gonna pee or not. It's kind of weird to just be in your room for 7 hours.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna come home, and then I have to play this game until I go to bed. That's the way it happens. It has to
I was
happen.
I think I was 15 or something when I did Bladder of Steel.
It was probably, yeah.
It was The Trees by Rush.
Oh,
It was
God,
funny.
that's
It was the outro came, and I was like, it's all single notes. I could sprint to the bathroom, and I did it. And that was
It was Get Clean for me.
Awful.
At the end of Get Clean, right before the next song, I fucking ran to the bathroom, and it was before Get Clean. Get Clean started, and I almost failed, and I was able to save it. But yeah, dude, no, it's hard.
That's a scary one.
Yeah,
I
it was
got
very
my
scary.
wireless Les Paul, man.
Yeah.
The battery's
Ooh,
gonna
that's
run
scary,
out.
too.
I was using
And I don't think I
Explorer.
had rechargeables or anything.
Oh,
Not that
no.
it mattered, because if it did disconnect, then the whole achievement was gone.
It's done. It's
It's
over.
done.
all
I didn't
that
even
for
use the
30
Explorer.
gamer score.
I think it was 25.
20. I'm
even
looking at it right
worse.
now. I just
you're
pulled it
looking
up.
up how much it was?
I went to my True Achievements account so I could go see when I got it. I got that shit done 21st of October 2012. So I was also 15. But 25 gamer score for all that shit.
But yeah,
I actually did that. I did that like 6 months ago on stream, just for
Yeah.
funsies. I did what I call the Rock Band Gauntlet, where I played every single song from Rock Band like on a day-to-day basis. Like one day I play Rock Band 1, next day I play Rock Band 2, etc. And then I just did the Rock Band 2 Endless Setlist, and I did it. I did have to go pee early though. It was like song 15 or whatever. I did not expect to have to pee this quick. So it was 9 in the afternoon. Was the song that I chose because at the end there's like a 20 or 25, 30-second break. So I'm like, I gotta go fast. Then I came back and the next song just started. I was fine for the rest of it. Other
Good
6
timing.
hours.
What were the guys, dude? This is this is where the lore really begins. Who are the guys that did the first? I think it was Expert Drums, Expert Guitar, and they did like every song. I think it was
Drum Hell.
every.
Drum Hell.
Yes, dude.
That was
It's
some
funny,
guy
it's funny you
and,
mentioned that,
Freak?
yeah.
Some guy and Freak, bro. Some guy
yeah.
and Freak.
God, dude.
So some
guy
guy.
913.
Ustream, baby. Ustream.
Yep,
Yeah.
on Ustream. Yeah.
That shit was so fun to watch because they had the light show with it too. And I remember them playing "Let There Be Rock," and then the thing is like "Let There Be Light," and the whole fucking thing just lights up, and you go, "Oh my god!" But that was Drum Hell 2. Obviously, that was Drum Hell 2. But Drum Hell 1, it was just like the most raw form of just
Dude,
here's
those
every single song.
That shit. Oh my! I've been trying to like remember those guys' names because I don't even remember what to look up. Like Rock Band play a lot of songs on drums. Like there's no
Exactly.
like.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah,
funny
I
you
do-
mentioned them because we met some guy for the first time in Texas last year in September. And
Yeah, we did a podcast with him. He was
we did a
guest.
podcast with him, and then Freak, he works on Fortnite Festival.
Boom.
He's their audio engineer, so he
Wow.
mixes
He's
the
everything.
mixer.
Yeah,
Like
Yep.
it's crazy. It's
Small
like,
world.
oh, I
There's
remember
something
this
about
guy's
these games.
charts.
They never leave you.
no, they
No.
don't. Yeah,
No, but yeah, I was gonna say like you bringing up like remembering a bunch of drummers' names, or you just know like rock band names. Like I think like I Bite Pretty Hard, or like
Classic.
SS Blindzor, and then
Zor.
Azurite.
JLC, when
Azurite
JLC
reaction.
snapped when he did his drum videos, like he did, and then
That critical acclaim video where he drops the stick.
and he's hit it with
Yeah.
the
It was
hand.
rent free in my head.
Red
he did
Pad,
long
you
leg,
are
like that.
Jesus. Oh, dude, yeah,
Dude,
the
the
sock mod,
Azurite
Azurite
ones.
reaction, bro. Oh my,
Dude.
yeah, he's really cool. Yeah, no,
I
it's-
remember. Yeah, I started playing drums because of Rock Band.
Yes, sir.
'Cause- And
Yeah, same.
Guitar, I was just like, nah, I don't understand how this works. It's fine. I'll just play the fake one. But drums, I was like, I'm actually playing drums right now. And then I bought a cheap drum kit, and I would like watch videos of Rock Band on like my computer monitor and just like play like I was playing on the kit, but on the real drums. And that was kind of
And
my
it probably
first...
sounded close enough.
yeah.
My parents were like, "Sounds great," and I remember I don't even remember how I found it, but I found my neighbor. I didn't even know her name, but I found my neighbor's Tumblr account, and she was like ranting about her neighbor that was playing drums and how bad he is at playing drums. And cool, but I
Ouch.
definitely wasn't playing drums very well.
Well, clearly not if she was complaining
But
about it
I-
on the internet.
But the fact that I found it was crazy. But the other funny part is just that, like, I would just, like, wake up and my parents were gone and I was the only one home before I was, like, getting ready for class. And I would just play drums. And I didn't really take into account that you have neighbors. And even though they're not, like, directly next to us, like, they just hear, like,
Sound
me
travels.
playing, like, Taking Back Sunday drums at, like, 6:30 in the morning.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Probably
dude,
right.
like 6. Yeah, oh my god, yeah, like 6:30. Yeah, you know
best
what? Maybe
wake-up call.
Getting the day started right.
Yeah, exactly.
My apology to my neighbor who I don't even remember her name now.
that's
Oof.
crazy. That's
Unlucky.
so funny.
No,
Anyways,
okay.
we were talking about endless set lists and how you went
Oh, yeah.
went to the slime with that idea. How'd that materialize into what became the Rockathon?
Yeah, so he was just like, dude, that sounds awesome. And then I like sent him a screenshot of like, it's estimated to be about like 7.5 hours or something like that. And he was like, dude, that would be an awesome stream. And then it just
Agreed.
never went anywhere from there. But then I was talking to Nick, and I can't remember if I brought up Endless Set List or whatever again, but like, I think it, like there was like just an essence of like, oh yeah, like we would definitely like we should do that. That would be a fun stream. And then the fires happened, and I remember Nick posted on Instagram and was just like, hey, the Yard, Mogul Moves, Ludwig, we're all trying to like figure out like some kind of like charity for the fires. And I just replied and I was like, we should do the Rock Band thing. And he was like, that's a good idea. And that's when I started like reaching out and trying to like figure out like how we were going to do it. And he was kind of fishing. And that's when I found out that you were talking to Ludwig already about it anyways. And that's where I was like, oh, this is just happening. And I thought I was like kind of like moving the levers, but the levers were already moving themselves at that point, which
Ludwig's always 2 steps ahead.
Oh,
of you.
he's so content brained. He knew exactly what to do, man. Like, he was like, I know. I'll message Asai. Like, that was it.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, yeah, this is happening. And I didn't know when it was going to happen. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I just knew that it was happening. Because I didn't think that it would be as early as it was. It was like, by the time that I DM'd you, it was like less than a week from that point on.
Came together quick.
Because, like, I think since you were talking about it being like the Rock Band Endless Setlist thing, the idea was that it was going to be on like actual Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And so that's when I messaged Jake and I was like, hey, yo, if you could set aside an Xbox for the Yard, just give me a yes or no. And
because
like,
I make
happen.
RGH Xbox 360s and I sell them, so I'd be the guy to come to for something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he could speed run one, and then like we could fast ship it there, whatever it may take. But then, then I was just like, there's Yarg also. So like that's like the easiest and the fastest way to set it up because I didn't know when those guys were gonna do it. I have no idea when it was gonna happen, but I think we just spoke through DMs for like, I spoke like one day, and then I spoke with you, Carlo, and I was like, I dumped a bunch of fucking information. I don't want to go back in the DM. I can't do that. I can't do that.
No, Yarg is a better choice for something like this too. It's way more user-friendly, customizable.
There's vocals.
I
mean,
vocals work really nice with just
that
like
was a deal breaker,
mic,
you know? Clone Hero doesn't have vocals. It wouldn't have hit the same on stream at all.
No.
The vocals were such a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really were, man.
The vocals were the biggest part, 100%.
Totally.
Yeah.
And so part of the original enamor about Xbox 360 is that there's like a side like thing called PSL, which stands for Penis Star League.
Penis Star League.
Yes.
Oh, I know.
And Penis Star League is our local LAN where we play Xbox 360 playing
Oh,
Call
you're
of Duty
part of
4,
Penis Star
Modern
League.
Warfare. I am part of PSL. I'm
Nice.
a Penis Star League shooter.
Let's go.
Very cool.
And so, yeah, we have like 8 Xboxes set up just like somewhere in the Yard like warehouse, and that's where they like host it. And it wasn't they streamed it once, but like it was kind of just like
I
a
caught
for
that
us
stream.
thing.
It was Modern Warfare 2. No cam, no mic, no nothing. Just
No
gameplay.
nothing. Just Modern Warfare 2 streamed on
Crazy.
YouTube.
And that's raw as fuck, actually.
4v4 LAN.
So like the idea was, how can we like not fiddle with anything here and like have it be Xbox 360? But obviously it just didn't make that much sense at that point. Because then if you have the modded Xbox, you could have funny songs. I had the idea to have like their merch in the game and whatnot, but
Ooh.
we
We talked about that because I was like, that's totally possible because Trojan Nemo and Nautilus, you could just my fucking band logo in Rock Band 3 is that picture of SpongeBob going, dude, fuck yes. That's
You added that to the fucking game?
I added that to the game. It's easy. You take your save and you upload a picture and you hit save. That's it. That's all you have to do.
Fuck yes.
It's insane. But
Dude,
yeah.
fuck yes.
But yeah, it's totally possible. If they ever like somehow revisit the idea, and it's just like, hey, you can make like I can export characters from Rock Band 3 like already wearing shirts or like whatever, and just like slap it on. It's just a transfer of a file. But like it's possible.
When
It's
somebody
crazy.
starts the next set of fires, just hit us up. We'll get the Rockathon.
That's
2
insane. Okay.
Brother.
Jesus.
That is insane.
rolling. That's nothing. Aiden was saying even more heinous shit.
Aiden-
So every dollar spent
True.
is going to make the
I don't
fires
know. Aiden was
bigger.
having a bad
True,
time
true.
at some point, man.
He had to have been having the worst time. I mean,
We're
the
raising
hair-
money
It
for the
looked like
fires.
it, man.
For the
It
fires.
really looked like it.
No, when he
Fires
got
are going extinct. We have to stop this. You know,
dude,
things
he was
like
getting hit by the paintballs while singing Rock Lobster. I was like, I feel so sorry for this man.
There was the like internal like camera like transitions where it would just come in on him, and he's just like
Oh, it was great.
staring,
The best.
like,
Those were the fucking
somewhere.
that. That was a stare.
Yeah, production was phenomenal,
production was
by
great.
the way.
Cinema.
Yeah, like production
Cinema,
was
man.
amazing.
Yeah.
It was so
The whole
good.
thing was awesome.
Loved watching.
Very,
Those
very
guys
clearly.
are-
Yeah,
Yeah,
passionate
they know
people
what
who
they're
love what they
doing.
do. Yeah.
They know what they're
Yeah.
doing when it comes to all that kind of stuff. So it was cool seeing like the other side of it, and then like watching all the clips and understanding that like you're only seeing what's on the screen, but there's so much.
Yeah,
other
like what
going.
was it? What was it like being there? I know that you got there later. Obviously, you weren't there in the beginning, but like being a part of that and being like, wow, like this is so cool. Like.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to the set in like their office a good amount of time, so I've seen like that whole area. But it was kind of funny because it's just like completely blocked off by screens because they have to read the donations, and then they have the game screen. The game screen was the funniest because it was not that big. It was just like a regular flat screen TV.
Really?
So,
the
like a
drummer was really
40-inch
struggling back
TV or
then.
something?
I'm literally like, all right, I could see from here. Like, I'm playing over here.
Didn't
You
you
looked
get
like you
blocked
were
though?
locked in. Like you were just
Yeah.
like stone cold. Like I'm trying to hit the notes as good
The
as I
drummer was
I-
always locked in, and that makes a lot of sense given how far away from the small screen they were.
I wanted an FC so bad and was so ready for it because I'm like, oh, they're good. It's a funny song. There's nothing hard on this. But for some reason, some of the charts had the like disco patterns backwards where it was on yellow instead of red. And there was like a
yeah.
Bo Burnham song where it just had that at the end, and I was like doing the like annoying like
The
crossover
crossover.
my wrist
On a Rock
and,
Band
like,
kit. Like if you
I
were
was
still on
just
the E
saying-
kit, it would have been fine. But by that
yeah,
point,
but-
the E
Rock
kit
Band
was
that was the
dude,
worst part about playing World Tour, like Guitar Hero World Tour on a Rock Band kit. I was like playing
Yep.
Everlong, and I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to do this? What am I doing? Or played like Crazy Train. I'm like, this
left hand
sucks.
lead, baby.
I have to go like this. No, thank you. I'm all right.
no,
Well, dude, the E
Yeah.
kit you saw in the Yarg stats. Like there was one point where I think Slime overhit like almost over 2,000 times on one song.
1,600 times.
Bro was playing on easy. Like,
Yeah, the shit was not calibrated for Yarg.
no, it was
What was
overhitting
the,
like
what was the
fucking crazy.
custom timing window that they had, or the custom
Oh, yeah.
engine that they had?
I would have loved to like go into the weeds and try to make the experience better, but it was so deep at that point that it just didn't make
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
sense. Where like,
Yeah.
wait, let me tune it real quick. There was one point, I think it was Lasso. That was a song that I was like, I've loved the band Phoenix for a long time, and that song specifically in my head I've always thought was like a very good drumming song. And then it was on the game and I didn't even know. And I was like, this is gonna be like a very fun chart. And then you didn't select your own difficulty. It was one person, so it was Ludwig selecting it. And I was like, sure to be like, yo, put me on expert, like as often as possible. And he put, as soon as the beginning drum part he put on, I was like, this is on hard.
Yeah,
And and legitimately that game is harder on hard sometimes because it's like not real drum patterns.
It's
Yeah.
not
You're
expecting.
Yeah.
Right.
And it'll
Yeah.
just
It
be
throws you off.
It's like that's not a real beat. They're
Like,
just
that's not what I'm
getting rid
hearing
of-
though. It's wrong.
They're getting
you
rid
know?
of like 30% of the notes and being like,
Growing-
yeah, this is
yeah, I was
hard.
like, when you're a kid, you don't realize because it's like, oh yeah, it's gamified for the 4 pads that are in front of me. But then like you grow up and you like try the real thing and like, shit, this doesn't make any sense, like at all. So
What the hell? I got cymbals now. What's this hi
Yeah, what's
hat?
that about?
I don't know
they're
what that
trying
means.
3 different drum tracks at the same time in the intro of
It
Lasso.
would have
so it's
been
like, okay.
it would have been an insane version of me to be like, wait, no, can we restart? No, I got to be on expert. This is on. It's just like completely derailing everything just to be like, I want to. And like as soon as I got home, I looked up the expert chart just because I wanted to see what it was like. And I don't even know like. I didn't even know that they added the like roll stuff where it's like if a roll is fast enough, it's just
Oh, the
like,
lanes.
Yeah,
Lanes.
lanes.
Yeah.
And I don't even know
Yeah.
if that was in Yarg in that
No.
version because
No.
I
think
didn't see.
so.
No,
It's not in Yarg at all. Yeah.
No.
On the,
I
think
the
they're, like,
We
state
would have
still
board
working
known
on
because
it.
nobody played on expert for the most
Yeah.
part on drums.
Didn't what's his name? The drummer, right?
Office drummer.
Yeah, he wanted to play an expert, and Ludwig didn't put him on expert either.
He did pretty good
man.
though. Not unsurprisingly, he did pretty good whenever he did get bumped up to.
Yeah,
higher
like at
difficulty.
first he was like, I could tell he was like trying to learn the game, and then a couple of songs in, I was like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, he's got it, he understands.
He could out drum
Yeah.
me. I'll out rock band him though.
Well, dude, he
Yeah,
wanted to
there-
go
there-
on
there's
pro.
some skills.
He wanted to go on pro, and I'm thinking like, no, don't do that, don't go on pro.
We don't have cymbals.
Yeah, you don't have symbols, don't do that.
The Rock Band 1 kid doesn't have cymbals. Don't do it, man.
Yeah, seeing them pull that out was so funny. I was relieved because I was like, oh my god, they're actually gonna like hit notes now. Thank God. Because like Slime, I felt like he was getting pissed. He was just like, dude, the fucking kit, it's not working. And everybody was like, what are you talking about, man? He's like, it's not working. They're like, no, you're just bad at the game.
Most people don't even realize that because they don't know the game, especially the chat. They don't know the game that well.
Oh, you know what Aiden didn't realize is the anchoring notes thing.
Oh, that was painful.
That was so fucking fun, man.
Shout out to that random chatter that got Slime to read that. It's like, hey, by the way, you can press the fret button before you strum. And like, that sounds like cheating. Is that cheating?
Completely
no, it's basic
serious.
actually. They tell you that in Guitar Hero 1.
Dude, so
Tutorial.
I was watching the stream as much as I could on my phone that day because I didn't know what day it was until the day before, and I was working a porn expo.
Oh.
Wait, was that the same one that what's Young Gravy and Baby
Yes.
Money went to during
Yeah,
that?
literally, we switched places. It was extremely fun.
Interesting.
Like, I don't work in that world at all. My friend just sent me a Craigslist listing
Sure thing,
for I'd make a lot more money if I did.
You get hazard pay for that?
It was a trade show, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll shoot a trade show for that amount of money. And then once I like got more details, I was like,
Oh,
the fires are happening. Like it's a slow season for concerts and touring. Like I can't say no to this. And of course, it was just the exact same time as this event. So I was just watching on my phone, and I saw Baby No Money and Young Gravy on it. And then as I'm watching on my phone, and then I look up, I just like see like a shape that looked familiar, and it's just Young Gravy. And I just walked up to him. I've met him a couple times, just like music festivals. We have some mutual friends, and I didn't think that he would be like, "Hey, I know you," but I walked up to him with the stream in my hand, and I was like, "Hey, you did good on the stream," and he was like, "Oh, no way," and I was like, "Dude, I'm going there after that." I like accidentally came up with the idea for all of this, and he was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
that's so cool.
That's so sick.
What a weird place to have that interaction be done.
Yeah,
The
really.
two
Like the
people
porn
who were
expo.
both at the Yard Rockathon and the X3 Biz porn show.
Hell
Not,
yeah.
not, a,
No
not a
nudity.
very large Venn diagram.
No
Oh, it
nudity,
was
by
clean.
the way.
It was family friendly.
let's go.
Vegas rules. Vegas rules.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
We're in the clear then.
Family
What
friendly
an
Nick
interesting
K30 sounds good.
situation. Yeah, let's bring Nick K30 to the porn convention.
It's family friendly. He can go.
Never
Yeah.
back
Family
down,
friendly.
never
No
what?
nudity. Don't do what now? Anyways. Yeah, I mean, the Rockathon was cool, and it was awesome to hear one of us be involved. You know, somebody that went way back. You know, when you shouted out Score Hero, that was alarm bells ringing in my head. I was like, oh, he knows. This guy's cool. I got to talk to that guy.
Hey, Jake posted that, and I was like, wait, what? What are you talking about? He said Score
like,
Hero?
whoa, one of
I
us.
was taken aback.
Yeah, I was taken aback too, and I messaged you. I was like, "Yo, what's your Score Hero? Drop the name." And he sent it to me. I looked you up. You're posting early, bro. Like launch day GH3, you're posting scores.
Dude,
On that
I don't
account.
even want to know. Don't say the name, by the way.
I don't remember it anymore. I'm not going to look at
Perfect,
the
perfect.
messages either. But whatever, like you were posting early, and there were YouTube links as well, which are all gone now. The channel doesn't exist, seemingly, but.
That's a big lore moment even for me. I had a YouTube channel. I made Guitar Hero and Rock Band videos. I had my most popular video was like a GH3 cheats video that had like 400K or something. And I
Just
was
showing
like,
off the
okay.
cheat codes.
All
yeah,
right.
I literally
Then I
just
may
like,
have watched
did-
it.
It's total, dude.
Me too.
I was pissed because I made my own description for this video, and then someone just remade the video, and I knew that they copied me because they copied my description, and I typed it a certain way. And
Theft.
Wow.
Oh, are you gonna try to find it? Right?
Of course he is.
Every now and then, when you like search up a Guitar Hero cheat code, there'll be one or two that are just like slightly incorrect or formatted incorrectly. Especially the unlock all cheat, like where you have to hold down the 4 buttons instead of like where in Strum it doesn't make a noise. One of them is like out of order. Like instead of like green, red, yellow, blue, it's like green, red, blue, yellow. It's like interesting. Why'd you
Yeah, I
type it that
remember
way? Is that a mistake?
Hyperspeed. I remember. Was it? It's BYOBO. It's like I don't even. I just like do it in my head.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, oh
Yeah,
boy.
Oh boy.
I feel like I don't know if I just read the wrong one, but one had B like a B in front of it, and I don't know if one game had it that way or if one person just threw an extra note on the beginning.
I think
for
that
no
might be the
reason.
case.
There
Guitar
was a
Hero
game that
2
changed it.
Yeah,
360.
Guitar Hero 2.
Yeah, it was
Guitar Hero 2
like
360 had a BOYOBOYY. It said
Dude,
boy oh boy.
I only remembered that one and then the flaming head because it was just fun to tap. It was like oh why B, like yeah, just
Oh yeah.
So those every time I play GH2, I just throw those two on and be like, all right, I'm good. Flaming heads,
I'm in.
hyperspeed.
You can turn the flaming heads on accidentally just by like spamming.
Yeah,
it,
just
spamming
spanning
notes.
on the main menu.
It just happens. I don't know how. That's cool lore. What other kind of videos did you have up in your old YouTube channel?
Dude,
Just
I
random
made,
Guitar Hero
like-
and Rock Band gameplays.
Yeah, I made like I would pay so much money if I could get it back, but I did like Call of Duty and like Gears of War montages and stuff, and
oh, dude, Gears
Dude.
montages were the best, dude.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
nothing beats it.
dude, I had one video that was so shameless that I like regret. Not that I regret it because it's not like I've thought about this in so long, but I just like one day for whatever reason decided to add Ben, the 8-year-old.
Yeah, Beverly.
But Burley,
Yeah, I was just like, I'm just gonna add him on Xbox Live, and one day like he was playing Halo and I was playing Halo, and I just invited him into my party and just played Halo with him, and like I don't even think he was on the mic, and I just like was like recording it and just like threw it on YouTube, and it had like
That's
a good
so
amount of
funny.
views. It was just like playing Halo with Beverly. And it's just like
I love
it
that.
could be any. It could literally just be any match of Halo ever on Xbox Live.
That's wild.
crazy.
That's
I
so
did that,
2008 though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's a wild. This one's like kind of similar. I played like Search and Destroy with UCog Monkey and Jay Prez back in like 2011, and like I recorded the whole session. It was very offensive, so I had to take it down.
You got begged.
Nobody knows about that video anymore. I'm pretty sure
Is it
unless
listed or is
off-
it private?
it's private. That we
Oh,
we
it's
can't
that
have that
bad.
go up, bro. I think it's pretty.
I mean,
I think it's that bad.
You screen share that at some point. Just wonder.
Hell no, bro.
I want to see something.
2012, I found it.
Was it like Modern Warfare 3 or is it on Black
It
Ops
was
2 at the point?
MW3. It was MW3.
Ooh.
I feel like I remember watching a UCog Monkey Modern Warfare 3 video at some point.
It's
Yeah,
likely
that sounds
that.
familiar.
Let's
Way
not
back
let's
then.
not let's not see the icon, the custom icons either. Those
Yeah.
guys-
No
No,
way.
you
let's
don't want
not
to
see
see
that,
you don't
bro.
want to see the emblems.
dude.
Black Ops
there-
2
with
emblems
those.
were nuts.
We were doing PSL and we were playing Black Ops 2, 3, whatever, and there are like the people playing now. There are some insane ones. There was like, I saw one that I literally like recoiled. It was like, get this off my screen.
Yeah, get it.
How are people this creative? I don't even want to describe it. It was just as many bad things as you could imagine in one like.
Probably
frame,
sounds like a
like,
slur
this
from
thing.
like the 1500s, probably. Like, it's something
You ever
like
see this
that,
video
dude.
of the dude playing Black Ops 4 that has the N-word on his shotgun? Every time he kills somebody, he'll inspect the weapon. So it says
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
man.
god.
A Counter
in
Strike.
the kill cam.
A Counter-Strike player just got banned like during a tournament
Oh.
because he had the N-word on
He
his
hit- he
gun.
had the N-word on his
and he
deagle.
was just like, "Oh, I didn't know." And it's like, you can't.
how do you not know
I
that?
forgot.
You're
No.
not. You're not
He's
playing
not a native
matchmaking.
English speaker, so
Yeah,
that's what he was
sorry.
going for. But
Oh.
he knew. The camera fell.
F camera.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to have to work with that. Thanks, JP.
29 minutes
Uh,
in. 29 minutes and 28 seconds.
All right, thank you. We're good. No, but that Counter-Strike player, he there was a couple times on stream beforehand when he was referencing it and how, hey, do you like my cool stickers, guys? Can't show that on
Really?
stream. Yeah, like he was just lying about, I didn't even
Job
know. I
security,
don't speak
man.
English.
Job
Bro.
security, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
How do these
That was
people?
that's an interesting update for Counter-Strike to be able to change where location. Because before Counter-Strike, you had to have like one of 4 locations where you can put your stickers. Now they changed it where you can put them anywhere. And there's a lot of different letters and a lot of stickers. So you can put
Oh,
them
yeah.
anywhere you want.
So they're just creating slurs like it's alchemy, just out of nowhere. Just
Yes.
Like alchemy.
Literally.
It'll be
Holy
like an
crap.
NRG logo, and then it'll be like, you know, just anything. It's like, oh, this one isn't even a letter, but if you turn it upside down, it's this, and like it's
I mean,
Hilarious.
there's even one
It's-
sticker that is just GG. Good game.
Yeah, GG.
oh
That's all-
no!
you-
The
that's
price
all
of
it
that
is.
sticker,
Price went up.
soared.
It went
It's
up.
soared.
I don't know
Wild.
what they were thinking, man. I don't know what they were
Counter-Strike.
thinking. That's the
so
craziest thing
YouTube.
ever.
So YouTube. So that YouTube channel. The reason why it's gone is the band Muse, because in 2009 they came out with the Resistance, and so I found like my farming method. on YouTube was I just upload music. I go on Last.fm, I get like a picture of the band, I just throw it in iMovie, boom. And I remember the Muse album came out, and I was like, I'm going to upload this whole fucking album to YouTube. And they just fucking blew my head off.
Nuclear orbit.
Yeah, that's what they did back then, man.
And it's also extra annoying because I like was banned on that YouTube account, and anytime I was on my Gmail, I had 2 emails at this point. One was more like personal, one was just like whatever old stuff from when I was in like middle school. And that was my anytime I was logged in on that Gmail account and I went on YouTube, it would just like brick and be like, you are permanently banned.
You're banned.
You can't do anything. And I'm like, Can I just like become new? Like,
I'm sorry.
And I actually just appealed that account. I don't know why the feature for me to appeal that account just popped up for me, but I appealed it, and I doubt I'll get it
Statute of
back.
limitations is up. It's been 15 years. You're clear
That's
now.
wild.
You know?
Dude, it is.
You're free to go.
It really came out 15
15
years ago, didn't it?
Just give me that account back, because those videos are on a server somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing
Oh,
ever
yeah, no.
deleted.
Or it's like on some Russian website that's also far gone. I think about it. It's like everything, everything from like fucking 2005 to like 2008 or 9 definitely mirrored somewhere.
Have you ever looked for your channel on the Wayback Machine?
Oh God, I should do that.
There are a
Good
couple of
idea.
screenshots of my old channel from 2009 on. Well, it's my current channel, but what it used to look like in 2009 YouTube, and it's fucking crazy. It's
That's
crazy.
why
to look
I never
at.
thought about doing that.
Yeah, I've looked mine up.
You can't
I
see
look
them.
at it
You just
often.
see pictures of them, right?
It's just pictures. Yeah. Well, it's not pictures. I mean, it works kind of. You can't actually
Okay.
use it as a website, but it's essentially a snapshot
It's
of what
as
it looks like.
close-
on
If
any
the
given day.
URL is valid, you could watch it.
Yeah, exactly. But then also you have to deal with how they handled like channel URLs back in the day, which is different from how it is now.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
what is
slash
it?
user slash whatever.
Slash user.
And
Okay.
like that's like still grandfathered in. Like you can go to user slash GamerBoy28 and it takes you to my channel.
Yeah, my shit's still Guitar Hero rocks.
Yeah.
Part of the farming clips and recording all the stuff thing, I don't even know how I figured this out. I don't even know like technological how this works, but I had my family VHS or the camcorder that you would put like the mini tape into, and that was my capture card.
Yeah, dude.
I like bought the
Yeah.
cable that you plug into the camcorder and then into the computer, and like was able to mirror anything on my TV. Just hit record on iMovie.
It was
and
like on the
just-
little screen too, and then like you could just look at it, and be like, oh yeah,
yeah.
that's my gameplay. I'm gonna hit record. Let's go.
I don't know how I figured that out. I don't know, like, in what world, like, a 13-year-old can, like, go, oh, yeah, I'm going to just use this family camcorder as a capture card. That's something that I couldn't figure out now. But
No,
I
because
guess...
it's insane. You wouldn't think about doing that using
Exactly.
that in that
and
way. But
that was the
there were a few people
Eureka
that did
moment where I was
That's
like,
smart.
oh. And then anytime I played any video games, I would just hit record, and then whatever I had from there, just throw in iMovie and cut up a video, throw it on YouTube. Because I probably have like 350 videos.
Holy
So
shit.
That's actually a talent
kept
to have at
uploading.
like 13, man. Because like,
Yeah.
Smart.
I didn't.
Ahead of your time.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I would look at people online in like 2008, 2009, be like, what the fuck is After Effects? What is Vegas? What is all this stuff? And then, but it was like
Freddie W.
Windows Movie Maker is like what like welcome you with open arms or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I
Like,
used.
But
cut it.
Movie Maker.
So
Yeah.
that I had a Mac, so there was some people are like, dude, Sony Vegas is so awesome, and I'm like, motherfucker, I have to use iMovie.
I was jealous of iMovie as a kid at one point because I made Club Penguin music videos. That was my thing back in the day. And I was like obsessed with the idea of having like all these different really fancy transitions and like effects on screen. And it was like, whoa, like, iMovie seems so cool. Like my dad's boss's son has it and it seems cool. And like I can't use it because I didn't have a Mac and my parents were divorced. So I never saw my dad with this fucking Mac. But yeah, no. I used Sony Vegas eventually.
See,
I think a lot of us migrated there.
That Freddie
Still there.
W YYZ video was like the first like technologically
That's the
advanced-
blueprint. That was the
Sure.
blueprint.
We're all like,
That's
how does he
transformational.
do this?
Because you
Which
cut the
leads to-
board out, and I was like, That's so cool.
You're like, you can do that?
There,
The motorcycle, the
What did he
set,
do?
everything about that.
Did he cut the film right at like he had the film strip? Yes.
No,
Cut each
okay. There's like this other like modern Marvel. I don't know. Just for its time, was like a ridiculous edit of this guy playing GH1 Stellar. Like he was like playing it on hard or expert or something, and his girlfriend was like filming him and zoomed in on his hands, and the notes were captured on the game, and then he keyed it in a way or something in 2006 where the notes were like flying down to his fingers. And in 2006.
Wow.
And so I was like, how did he do this?
This guy works at DreamWorks now.
I was going to say, he looked like a dude that did like editing for a living or something.
He makes
like that.
$700,000 a year.
That's what I'm saying.
More.
But it was this editing, it was this like Guitar Hero contest where it's like, oh, the most creative video wins or whatever.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes, so it was like on Google Video, man. People were
Oh
posting
my
on like
God.
Google Video and YouTube because like people hadn't really catch on to YouTube yet. But that was one of the videos that I saw, and I was like, I can't find that to this day. Or if I find it, it's not going to be as cool as I remember. But
You know who
it was-
I think entered in that? And maybe I'm mixing something up here, but I think it might be another entry to that video. Is that S. Armstrong dude?
Yes, S. Armstrong
Oh,
did.
wow.
He
that's
had like
throwback.
whole narratives.
Dude,
He had like a whole.
that
He
guy-
AVGN'd his videos.
So
Like-
ahead of his time.
Yeah,
Also,
I missed that guy.
accidentally introduced me to Radiohead. That was the first
Yes.
time I ever heard Radiohead.
Yup, that was the first time I heard Radiohead too. I sometimes think about when he played the piano. He was going like, "This is the X-Men theme. This is the X-Men theme," and his like girlfriend goes, "Shut up!" It's like old ass video. But those videos are gone too. I don't think. I think S.
Damn.
Armstrong he
It's
cleared
tragic.
his whole. He cleared his whole catalog, and you can only find it on like people who re-uploaded it, stole it.
Weren't we
Oh,
talking
so-
about him at some point on this show at one point? Is he
think
doing
so.
something now, like with Rhythm Authors?
S. Armstrong, I don't know. I have
Did I
no
make that
idea.
up? I might have made that up. I don't
Reach out.
straight up. I might have to.
Lurehero.gmail.com. Send an email. Is that the
Lore Hero
email?
Podcast
No.
at gmail.com. By the
You
way,
were
let us
close.
know.
You were close.
You were so close. Lore Hero Podcast at gmail.com. Anybody who wants to talk to us, we open up our email, hit our line, bro.
True.
We're open.
Jake Reed-
Wait, how much
reads it 24/7.
post processing is there? Because there's two funny emails that I want to talk about, but I don't want to like say an email and then
Oh.
someone's gonna email.
Every time I throw up or every time I say an email, I toss it up on screen. What do you want to do?
Oh no, it's just two famous people who I've met whose email is just their name, and I'm just like, you can't just have that be your email.
Okay, I can edit this out. I'll bleep it. Who are they?
Email is just gmail.com.
Stop.
Oh my god,
No
he
way.
can't have that.
Still
That's
to this
fucking
day.
crazy.
I mean,
Dude,
That's
I worked
fucking
at a
crazy.
concert venue that booked him, and like the booking agent was just like, dude, his email is just that.
yeah,
And the oth-
maybe it's time to move from that just your first name, last
Yeah.
name.
I'm pretty sure like every like famous person's email is just their first name and their last name, maybe a dot in between.
Oh, we gotta switch it up a little bit. Maybe
and
an
the other-
underscore. A
the
dash
other
if you're feeling
one-
lucky.
The other one, which is definitely a little bit more creative and not just his name, is his email. It's not gmail.com. It's at gmail.com.
Okay, I like that. That one's good.
You know
That's
what?
an
That's
awesome
pretty.
email.
That's genius. That's genius.
Yeah, that's good. I
That's
like
pretty
that.
good. That's actually really
If you're-
good.
If you're emailing them, you just got to do the thing. I think that's funny.
Oh,
That's clever.
great.
I like that a lot.
We love
Wow.
emails.
Oh yeah, the Freddie.
Yeah. You
Oh,
keep
where
going.
are we
Yeah,
gonna?
ooh,
Where,
I was
What
gonna
was
talk
that,
about
Chris?
more emails. I was going to talk about emails and who you work with, like with your concert photography. But we're on Freddie W. I want to talk about Freddie W. because you have something interesting to talk about with Freddie W.
Freddie W.
Yeah.
Dude it's funny because he is massively successful. I didn't even realize like until not like a last couple years that he's like fully like just to the moon. But Freddie W had a giveaway for a PV Riffmaster, and I won that shit.
You're the guy who
Oh,
won that
no
shit.
way.
I won that
Wait.
shit.
And there's a
You're the guy who
video.
won that shit.
Wait a second.
There
And there's a
you go.
video.
For
There's
people
There's
who
a
don't
video
know,
announcing the winner.
This isn't the
You guys are
Riffmasters we're
watching it
talking
on the
about
screen
now. This
right
is the old
now.
one.
This is
the
original
old-
Riffmaster.
Yeah,
This
was that
video is unlisted. I
was
found
that
this
weird?
by
Was that weird,
Googling.
by the way, to be like, wait, they made another Riffmaster?
I have one of those. If I can Riffmaster, I have a Riffmaster. But yeah, I when Carlo told me about that, I Googled real quick, like Freddie W. guitar giveaway, and there was an article written about it that linked to this video. And that's how I found this
I didn't even
unlisted
realize
video. It's still
there
on
was-
his fucking channel.
That's so crazy.
And it,
What are
it
you-
says his name right there. First winner, Carlo Cavaluzzi.
I was like, that's me. Like, it's crazy because like this is
That's
so like
wild.
old internet too, where I just like had a message on YouTube from him, which is now
Yes,
gone.
dude,
Yeah,
YouTube
YouTube
messages. Yes.
Wait,
But
is
I
this
remember
the
I,
same... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I remember just seeing like my YouTube channel like on his like screen in the back when he just like hit a button and went to it, and I was like, no way. And I made a video playing it when I got it, and
That's cool as fuck.
God, what was the song? It was Rock Band DLC. It was Children of Bottom.
Are you dead?
Oh.
Are you dead yet?
Are you
The
dead
only
yet?
Bodum
Yes.
song in the whole
And
series.
I remember playing that shit and being like, this guitar isn't good. I don't like this.
No, I think
He
actually
knew
kind of
even back
sucks.
then.
It's
He
not.
knew.
It's kind of cool, but it's also not cool because
the strum
what am I
bar
gonna
is so
do with
small.
this?
I'm
And
looking
it's
at
just-
it in the video.
It's
so
very small.
Oh, did you post the video?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
I,
a live chat
uh,
channel.
the
You
live
should-
chat.
You should be able to see it.
Yeah, you have access to live chat. Yep. Dude, this is the same video where he's like, "Oh yeah, we have a Rock Band 1 guitar, but listen to the strum bar." And click, 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 hand soldered. Like, I remember this for some reason.
Oh man.
It's so funny because I didn't even realize until now that he gave away more stuff in this video. Because I
Yeah,
didn't
he does like a
care.
headset. He does shirts. Like
You got the grand prize. This
you did.
fancy
I mean-
Bell Lounge PV Riffmaster.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there was like a stipulation where it was like, well, if you actually decide to like do this extra thing, you get 2 entries. And I just invalidated all of those because all I did was like to put my name down and that's it.
And you won anyway.
Yeah,
exactly.
Had half
just-
the
I
chance
just
of
threw-
everybody else.
I just threw one little balled up straw paper wrapper with my name on it and I got it in.
Crazy.
Swish.
Hold on.
That's
So wait a
fucking
second.
cool. And you still have that thing, yeah?
Yeah, it is hung up at my Are you grabbing the photo of it?
I have the photo. The viewers are seeing it now. But I'm looking at the video too. You said something about like a YouTube channel being in the background.
Yeah, you can.
Is that
That's
what's
my
up
YouTube
right
channel.
now?
You can see my YouTube
Holy
channel on the back.
shit.
That's the only
Like in
wow.
like 50
layout.
seconds in. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
No, that's crazy.
Dude, my wallpaper was. I forgot. I also forgot you could have a wallpaper on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, man.
Mine was
Yeah, yeah,
cringe
yeah.
as fuck.
It was like this like beautiful like landscape photo of like a sunset, and it had this face just like floating over it. Oh. And you could kind
Yeah.
of make it out like ever so slightly from where it is. But I don't
I zoomed in and I can tell on one of these videos, I think the middle one, that it's like co-op on Rock Band 2, I think. You're probably like, maybe playing online or something.
I played. I would play with like my brother and like family and whatever, and just like record it and just throw it on.
Yeah,
Now
and then
I'm
I
trying
think
to
that
see-
there's a GH2 video to the right of that. Like I'm like zooming in.
Oh,
It's
yeah, we're
hard to
looking
tell.
that close now.
Yeah, it's
top-
really
the
hard.
top-
It's hard
top
to
left
tell.
definitely looks like a shooter almost.
Yeah, that looks like first person.
Yeah, you
can
Oh, that
see
looks like
these
Halo.
two,
That looks like
yeah.
the pit in like Halo 3 or something.
We're gonna have to get some sort of AI to
Enhance,
upscale
enhance.
this.
Yeah,
shit.
AI
enhance.
upscale, enhance.
Actually, you know what? Please don't do that.
Better leave it a secret.
We found your YouTube channel,
Found it. We brought it back from the dead.
and we sent it to every single person you've ever worked for, and every single person that you're gonna work for. That you
Yeah, hey,
don't
you know
even
that guy was
about.
cringe
Now they're
back when he was a
laughing at
kid?
you. They're pointing and
Yeah.
laughing.
He was 13. He was
Hey.
13.
Hey, remember 20 years ago when you said this? Do you want to relive it right now?
How
Cancel.
dare you say that?
Well,
I
so
didn't think he was gay.
there,
Why'd
there's
you say that?
one really funny. It's not necessarily like a tie-in, like career-wise. It's kind of just more like the way that my life sort of maneuvered in a way that connects to Guitar Hero in a kind of funny way. Is JLC.
James like culture.
Yeah, man.
Love the dude.
He's a
Dude,
Californian.
I thought
He was my favorite back in the day.
I think my entire concept of California and the West Coast was because of him and his vlogs.
Yeah,
And it's
man.
so funny because I followed Tyler the Creator on Twitter through James because James was like hung around that crew. And I didn't know he made music for like 2 years. He was
You
just
just
like,
knew him from being cool with JLC.
yeah, it was just like, yeah, that's fucking
crazy,
JLC's
actually.
friend
It's
who's
insane.
funny on
See, like,
Twitter.
Wow.
I knew that JLC when he said WT, like he
WT.
would say WT a lot, and then I found out that was like his group of friends, and then like one of those friends became Tyler the Creator's like photographer.
That's
And I was
Julian
just like,
Berman,
yeah,
who
yep, that
I'm
was him.
friends with now, and I've like told him all of this, and it's just insane that I was like, dude, I had JLC on AIM, and I would just like message him, and when I found out, I was just like, yo, you're cool with like Tyler. He was like telling me about like the Earl sweatshirt shit about how he was like,
Oh, he went to
God.
Samoa. And they had
Yeah.
the free Earl, but he was
And
just
they were
in
just
boarding
like-
school because he'd been being a bad kid or whatever.
yeah, just like a jit. But yeah, I was like, this is all when I'm like 15, 16, getting into music more, getting into rap more, getting into like weirder stuff. Julian is like part of the reason why I kind of got into photography, because I was like getting into hardcore music and getting into just more like subgenres and subcultures of life that all spawned from Guitar Hero initially via JLC. So it was like it was like a stepping stone of like Guitar Hero to now all this like punk stuff and rap and photography. It's like a very funny stepping stone from those two.
It's just like showing how strong like internet presence people have, and it's just like, oh, wow, yeah, I know this guy, and they're all like superstars now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's cool. Because like I think I was probably like 15 or something too. I found out about Bastard, and was waiting for Goblin to come out, and so it was like, yeah, I was like, damn, this guy's
That
kind of special. I
tiny
learned about like
window.
death grips and shit too, and it was just because of being on the internet a lot and just following specific people. And I think that's insane that you were just like there, essentially there, when, you know, like finding out Tyler the Creator was just friends with JLC or whatever. Like, that's so cool. So fucking
I was
cool.
just like, this fuck Tyler guy is funny. Like,
Yeah.
JLC
And
was
then
ahead of his time.
He was.
It was.
I didn't reach out to him. I know he lives in LA, or obviously he's from here, and
Yeah.
he followed me on Instagram one day because of a comedian that I was friends with. I don't know if he was at the show or if he just followed him and saw my photos, but he just like reached out and was just like, yo, and then we didn't really talk, but I just like have him on Instagram, and it's funny. It's been the same thing for like however many years. He's just like hanging out, like partying, and then just like he'll just like throw a Rocket League clip up or just like play Rock Band and just chill. And I'm just like, dude, he's the same guy, and it's awesome.
He kind of seems like the personality hasn't changed a whole lot. Every now and then he'll come back for a month
Yeah.
or two, upload Guitar Hero stuff, and disappear again.
Well,
It's
he
always a
was-
nice little treat to get to see him again.
He was doing the good relationship advice stuff on TikTok
Oh,
for a
yeah.
while.
The
Like,
Dan
I say
Henschel bit
good.
before Dan Henschel popped off.
Yeah.
So
I think I was a mod for him in Ustream.
That's
There's
crazy.
probably no way to prove that, and I could just lie about shit, and just this is the point where I start lying for the rest of the podcast.
That guy's so cool. He was everywhere.
But I'm pretty sure I was a mod in his Ustream.
I met him back in like 2018.
He met him at TwitchCon, right?
TwitchCon.
Like
Yeah.
TwitchCon 2018. Like that's when shit started really changing for like how people viewed Guitar Hero. Like this was already dead for so long, and then he was just like watching me and like Randy Ladyman.
Oh,
And
dude,
we were
him
just,
watching
like, we were just
Randy.
destroying the game like right in front of him, and fucking Hell Ashes too. Like he was there too, and was like,
Hell Ash's Attack of the Show. I watched that shit live.
The car?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
He won the
You
Pontiac
saw him get the
G6.
car? Holy crap.
dude, he said,
And he sold
dude,
that shit immediately.
No,
I thought he drove it.
No, he
No,
did it.
he
He told.
He kept
Bro, he
that.
told me he
It died
he
only
just had to
recently.
scrap it like
Whoa.
a couple years ago. He's like, I rode that thing until the very end, man. It was a free car. And I'm
Wow.
like, I
thought
don't
he-
blame you. because I think we meet up at PAX, PAX East whenever I go there, and so
yeah,
he
when
goes
we were
along.
at PAX in 2020, he was there.
Yeah,
that was
so
my
we were
first
talking
time
about like,
meeting
yo, you
him.
still have the car? He's like, I just got rid of it. Like that's crazy.
Wow.
That's
That's
so nuts.
crazy. A 14 years of a car? That, some cars
That's a
don't
good
even
car.
see.
All from playing
cars
Pride
don't
and
do that.
Joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan on Guitar Hero 3. That was the winner. That was
Great
the
Dude,
winner.
covers.
It was.
fucking,
I remember
oh
seeing
my
that
god.
video.
Jake
It's the
Vix,
best, yeah,
fucking,
one of the best
dude, this
covers in the game.
This video,
Yo.
fucking Vix Anita is in the chat.
Hey,
Yeah, I posted that video just to see if maybe Carlos' name's
No
in there. There's a lot of
fucking-
recognizable names.
I
That's-
fucking
this is
remember
from Tan Man,
Pruane
rest in
2
peace.
forever. Pruane
rest in
2
peace, Tan
forever,
Man.
man.
Rest in
Pruane too.
Oddball Frank is there too. Rest in peace to him as well.
oh, Frank.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Santos.
Tan Man. Oh my gosh, J Prez here. Toy
Vix,
Machine.
J-Prez,
Toy
UCog,
Machine.
Pandas,
Santos.
Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda. I remember Yoda. FM
my
20,000.
God.
I'm Cody
What a
for
time.
life.
Tat white guy with a 1.
I remember
saying,
that. I
"Effing
think I remember that
F-slur,
name."
What a little bitch. Good stuff, man.
Oh my god. Nah, man, this is a look into the past.
Dude, he had
Right here.
58 viewers. That's a lot for
This is
back
all we
then.
had.
That's all.
This is
a
all we
lot.
had
That
back
is
in the day,
the
folks.
entire-
You guys
viewers on
watch your
YouTube.
Twitch
Yeah.
streams and everything's so perfect. This is what we had to fucking watch back in the day. Look at this shit. It looks terrible. But back then in 2009, that was sick. It's live. It's happening
Oh
right
my
now.
god, dude! If you go to like 1 minute and 20 seconds, the chat gets a little.
It gets rough. It gets
really
rough. It's so funny. I actually have a couple of videos on my channel that are private way back in the day. This is when JLC got Guitar Hero Smash Hits like a week early because he had some
Yes.
sort of connection of somebody who worked at a game store.
He
So
was
he got
not
Guitar
supposed to
Hero
get
Talent
That was
that.
Smash Hits
diabolical.
early.
Those videos
Yeah.
were insane.
But,
Because I was just like,
he,
dude, he got the game a week early, and he already FC'd Master Puppets, or like, he already FC'd Raining Blood before it came out, and I was just like,
before Hyperspeed, before we even knew Hyperspeed sheet.
oh
we
yeah,
were
before we
trying
did
to
the
show
Hyperspeed
Smash Hits.
sheet, yeah, dude, that was different.
It's coming
But,
down real slowly.
I have two
Yeah.
videos of me recording maybe it's just one. I think I have one video of me recording my computer, my computer monitor with my camera. That's just him playing Through the Fire and Flames for the first time. It was reacting to how Through the Fire and Flames was in Smash Hits. It was so cool. I think he had like over 100 viewers at the time too.
He probably did, man. He was
2009.
huge.
That was big. That was
I
a
don't-
big deal.
He was massive.
He had a
I
whole
doubt
website.
I doubt that guy was like a known person. I think he was just like some random guy. But remember when GH3, the guy got the first copy and was, I don't remember if he was on Ustream or just uploading stuff on YouTube, but people were just like, tune the fuck. People are like, play FCP remix, play FCP remix.
Everybody wanted to see the Fall of Troy.
that was-
That makes
I
me
wish
so
I
happy.
knew.
Yeah, the Fall of Troy is my favorite band. I've seen them so many
Who the
times.
fuck was that?
I don't remember anybody getting GH3 early. I just remember
I
people
do.
getting Rock Band 2 earlier, because it was Dupian that would upload all the video
Yeah.
previews. And I would watch the shit out of that, and I had to wait until my birthday to get
Dude,
it.
I remember there was a
Oh,
I forget
wow.
who uploaded it, but there was a video where they were pointing out like, oh, you can just strum hammer-ons willy-nilly in this game, and it was the section of Bodhisattva.
I'll never get
And
over the way you
yeah.
say Bodhisattva, bro.
the guy's just strumming
That's
Isn't on the
everything.
song.
Yeah,
Fast picking.
I don't think
yeah,
I'm ever going
fast
to be able to
picking.
find
You're right.
this
That's what it
video.
was called.
I don't think I'm ever going to be able to find this video, but I do remember there was a guy who got Guitar Hero 3 early. It was for PS2. It's because he won like a radio competition in Minnesota, where I'm
Holy
from.
crap.
If I knew about that, I would have been in that competition. But he got the game early from some radio station in Minnesota, probably 93X, and he got the game a few days early. And him and his boy were playing co-op, and they played through like the entire game co-op and uploaded videos of most
Oh,
of the
no,
songs.
never mind. I know what this is then.
The way it ends. I almost wanted to say
I know
it was
what
F4
this shit is.
Phantom,
It had,
but it's
it
not.
had so many fucking
Fuck
views,
that chart,
man.
by the way.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
no,
wait,
that
sucks.
that chart is definitely
Sucks
something.
balls.
GH3, they were just like, but what if we made cool shapes?
Yeah, pretty much.
We call them
Yeah,
penis
penis
cords
cords
now.
the way it ends.
We
As
call them
someone who
penis
knows
cords.
nothing about playing guitar, I was like, these are not the notes. They just want to make cool shapes. I mean, the fucking Bret Michaels rhythm one where they're like,
Oh,
What if there were four?
What if there was 4? Yeah, what was
And
it?
then Smash, it's like, wait a second, guys. 5.
No, what if there's 5 and then
There
one?
was.
Five
That would
one.
be
That would be
crazy.
so
There's
fucking
5.
funny. No,
And then
no.
they
Now,
did it.
now I know what you're talking about. If it was a co-op video, I do remember a guy getting GH3 early.
It was a known name, too. This is going to bother me for the rest of the night until I find it.
Why don't you just look
Unless
up Guitar
this is
Hero
gone.
3, like,
I'm so stupid. I just have to type in
data,
Guitar
yeah.
Hero
Type in the
3
date.
co-op before 2008.
Yeah.
There you go.
There was that, but there was a guy who just ran through the entire career.
I believe
it
it.
was-
Like on stream.
Yeah. Dude, not that it's even related, but I remember a guy leaked Halo 3. He was just playing it on Ustream before, like, it was just the first look of it. Someone just had Halo 3, and he got banned on stream.
Yeah.
Like,
I
That's
saw his
wild.
Xbox
Live?
It was
On
it was
Xbox
the,
Live?
It was the
Yeah.
Blades. So like you just see him just like walking around in Forge doing nothing, and suddenly you just see, boop, you're banned until 12/31/9999.
Yeah, the year 9,999.
He was probably like, "Uh oh, that's not
Even
good."
on Blades would be so funny.
Oh man, bring back Blades. It was the best.
They are bringing back the Blades. If you have the Proto Stealth server, you can use Blades.
Oh hell yeah.
That's just modern Xbox talk. That's what I do.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if Xbox actually did that, like what they're doing with the PlayStation Classic, the old PS1 boot up sound that they did for PS5.
I hope they keep.
Yeah,
I hope
but it's
Sony
temporary.
keeps forgetting. I hope Sony keeps forgetting to remove that. I
Yeah.
just set mine
Yeah,
to PS2, and I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, this is sick. Let's go." Oh my god, I'm searching through videos from 2007 now. Like, this is where I'm going. This is where I'm
am
at.
too.
This is where I'm at.
We found the first ever Guitar Hero video ever uploaded to YouTube not that long ago. If you just type in Guitar Hero and then before :
Yeah.
2006, it's a guy that's playing it on Christmas Day.
Remember the
Plays
guy?
Iron Man.
I don't remember what song he was playing, but the guy who was screaming when he was playing, was that Whitwix or is that someone else?
Oh my god.
Toki Prog?
Wait,
Toki
screaming?
Prog?
Tom.
Yeah. There's that, and then
I just read Devil May Asian. YYZ falsetto.
yes.
When you say
It did-
screaming.
I think they did a collab. I think they like met up at
Likely.
a convention or something, and both did it at the same time. Something like
That's
that.
sick.
Oh, it was Devil
Do
May
you-
Asian and Freddie Wong. They collabed
Yes.
in the hotel room, and they're playing YYZ, and he was like singing it, and Freddie was just losing his shit the whole time. It was a good video. That's a good
Carlo,
video.
do you
I
remember?
that.
Do you remember Bill TV show
Oh,
and the jailbreak challenge?
Dude,
And he
I have a
Dude
friend who's like
books it.
not even into Guitar Hero or Rock Band or anything. Who like we quote that.
No,
Ants on a log.
The
That was a
Ants on
funny-
Log videos were fucking insane. That's
That
like
was-
some Filthy Frank shit before Filthy Frank.
That was the funny thing about like expert vocals is like those guys would just like sing like they would sing the song normally, but like do that as a separate take, and then like the actual version of them playing the game is just them going
Just humming.
Yeah. Well, who did the video where they have seen visions by putting a fan in front of the microphone?
No, it wasn't.
man, that's
no,
what I
it
did
wasn't
for
a
everything.
fan.
Somebody
Wasn't
did that
it,
for. Oh, continue.
It was the Billy Mays commercial that he
Oh,
put
yeah,
on
it
the
was
microphone.
Billy
my God.
Mays.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the time.
Someone
That
did
was
So
that
What You
time.
Want. It was So What You Want, I think, and it was the just like the Declaration of Independence being read or something.
I remember Elliot ordering a pizza. Toy Machine ordered a pizza, and he actually
Well, let's see.
debased her on vocals, and he like actually ordered the pizza.
now
I'll
we're
take
just
a large sausage, pepperoni pizza. Let me get some. We're
speedrunning. We're speedrunning now. Remember?
Oh my fucking god! Pizza Order FC 16 years ago. August
There we
1st,
go.
2008.
All I
there's a
can-
video of this?
Yeah,
There's a
it was-
video.
yeah.
I've never seen this.
Ah,
It is
this-
Debaser by the Pixies.
Yeah, this video is so funny. It's so funny.
How does this only have 5,000 views? That makes me so sad.
Oh no! This used to be on Die Britney, I'm pretty sure. And then
Oh, yeah.
Die Britney got taken down by Fox.
And then-
Fuck Fox, bro. Because he put up a 2-second clip of them saying his name in a Simpsons episode, and he thought it was funny. And then Fox
Dude.
took down his channel.
Fuck
and they
Fox,
did-
fuck Muse.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
So-
fuck
Yeah, fuck Muse.
It's so funny,
Fuck
like
Fox, bro.
reading these comments. Like Acid Rainzors commented, Eevee Baby commented multiple times.
shit.
Alec commented 16 years ago saying, "No, you're not."
Oh my god.
That's a long time ago.
You were 12.
What did you not believe?
13.
He was
I
ordering
was 13.
pizza?
No, I
Did you
was
not believe
13
him?
years old.
You're 28. It was
I was
16
13
years
years
ago. Do the
old
math.
because that's the age required to make a YouTube account. You have to be 13, bro.
Does he
How
post?
could I
Does
be-
he say his
This is
address
right.
in this
I was
video?
incorrect.
By the way,
Does he? He might.
I just
might.
saw
He
a
definitely
comment.
doesn't. It's fine. He doesn't live here. He doesn't live here anymore. He lives somewhere else now, for sure.
I was gonna say, remember when "Blinded by Fear" came out, and everyone's like, "This is the hardest song of all time," and then the person just like
Yeah, the
had
triple
the, like,
mallets.
the
Yeah.
mallets, and was just
Yeah,
like,
this shit works
yeah.
so well.
That was Gurn
Yeah, it
Killer,
does.
man.
So well.
Gurn Killer.
Yeah.
I still can't play that song on drums today. I don't have the stamina.
It's hard. Dude, Brady fucking FC'd that at like 125 or something. Like,
Oh my god.
he's an animal.
Here it is. The legendary 3 sticks blinded by
Three
fear.
sticks, Gurn Killer.
That
This
shit's
is the
so
one.
fun.
This is the
There
one.
was also
this is the
another.
one I saw. It's like it changed my life.
I don't know if it was the same. I don't know if it was both Freak and some guy, but I think they did an FC of Blinded by Fear where one guy was just doing drum rolls on the fast part and the other guy was doing kick and bass. And they're
that's so
like,
cool.
all right, hey, we messaged Harmonic to take our score down because we know it's not legit. they just had
That's
one
so
guy
funny.
doing fucking drum rolls and the other guy was just doing kick and red.
That's so cool.
Yo, the
The
three
other
mallets.
thing like this-
Wow.
The other
Yeah,
thing like
didn't-
this that I remember is for Visions with the really fast with the red and the green. You just put one
hate
drumstick
that shit.
across the red and the green.
Oh
and
yeah,
have these
just
two drumsticks
like,
to hit that
like,
drumstick.
Yeah, no, honestly, that's how I FC Blinded by Fear. Like with the
Yeah.
day that I figured it out, I laid my sticks flat, and I was just like, okay, I could do this. This is it. I could do this. But now I want
we have to hit
now
the
I kind
yellow
of want to
under at the same
FC
time.
it the intended way. You do
Who
like
el-
super fast.
Who else did it
fucking
like this?
thrash metal drums.
Didn't Blindzors do it like this too at one point, and then he did it legit?
I don't
think.
know, man. It's.
I think he
I mean,
did.
I would have to look up.
Yeah, I think that he did it like this, and then he was like, "Okay, fine, I'll FC it the real way," and then he FC'd it like the real way.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
not
he was like a
surprising.
real like metalcore drummer.
Yeah, he is. What band is he in? He's in a band. I
Are
forget
we
the
talking
name of it.
Blindzor?
Blindzor, yeah.
What counterparts?
Counterparts,
dude,
yeah.
drum set Dan.
What?
Drum set Dan. Did
Yeah,
this
yeah,
too.
he's a drummer for Counterparts, man. Yeah, drum set Dan, he's got the good
The fuck?
ones. He's got the
That's
good ones,
crazy.
man.
But the thing is, he FC'd this on the fucking metal track pack.
Dude, those drums.
This sucks.
Oh my god.
They're
I like how
having it
light
off.
he's hitting, too.
I think it's because he was a mallet player, like legit, like IRL,
Yeah.
and so that's why he just plays so lightly.
Dude, I just looked up Counterparts drummer. There's a Reddit thread from 4 years ago in r/metalcore. Anybody else know Kyle Brownlee of Counterparts used to upload Rock Band drum videos?
That's
Don't
awesome.
you mean Blindzor is now in Counterparts? You said it
Yeah,
wrong.
like,
You
get
did it backwards.
Get real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was so cool because like there's so much talent that comes out of specifically like the drummers in the scene, even to this day. Like we have fucking Maze Geek, and we
Yeah.
have Cole Summerhaze, we have fucking Borealis, dude. He's like
Yeah,
one of the
Borealis was
craziest
trying out for
extreme
Architects.
drummers ever.
Archspire.
Architects.
Archspire.
Archspire, yeah.
I got close. I got the ARCH.
Dude, there's
Architects.
there's two things regarding Rock Band when it comes to like me getting into like real drums and like trying to become a musician when I was in like high school and stuff. One, I can't use a hi-hat pedal because of that fucking gain. Like I can use it to like to and like open it and do that stuff, but like there's no world where I could like hold a beat with my left foot.
Oh, like simultaneously, like with
Well,
like
like-
your right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can, like if they're like alternating or going at the same time, that's like fine. But that's the only situation where I could hold a beat with my left foot with a hi-hat pedal. And anytime I watch any drummer, regardless if they're good or not, I see that hi-hat pedal going up, and I'm just like, I can't do that shit, and it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, it was.
And
Oh,
then-
I don't
Yeah.
think it's
Rock Band just
embarrassing.
doesn't teach you that.
I don't
No,
think it's
I don't-
embarrassing.
I would say that doing hi-hat chicks, you know, just fucking popping the thing while being on the ride and doing the snare and kick at the same time. It's just like I also see a lot of really good drummers not do that shit. So it doesn't make me honestly, it shouldn't make anyone feel bad if
Yeah,
they can't do
it's-
the
all a
chicks or
tool.
whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was funny. The moment that turned me away was Steve, the drummer for Census Fail, who I was on tour with. I was watching him jam, and he doesn't use the hi-hat pedal for that. I mean, maybe sometimes, but I was just anytime I watched him doing any kind of fill, anything, not using the hi-hat pedal. And then I finally like talked to him about it and explained all of this to him, and he's like, that's awesome. He's like, yeah, do whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly.
And I finally, it took the chains
yeah.
off me in that final moment where I was like, you know what? He's right. He's a fucking awesome drummer. He's in the Color Morale as well. But
Oh, cool.
God, what was the other thing when it comes to rock band, real drums? I'll find it again. But
Train will come back around.
Yeah.
Did you ever have like
Yeah.
Goodwood pads or like, you know, the XL pads?
Do you have an
Dude,
Ion drum rocker?
dude, I wish I could find a photo of it. But I had a friend who was like in Drumline who also played like Rock Band and Guitar Hero a bunch, who like had a GH2 or a Rock Band 2 kit that he modded with like actual Kevlar pads and stuff, and it looked terrible, but it worked so great. It also
Not a
had
single
those,
hit was like dropped or anything. It was just
dude,
like
it worked good. I got some. I think the best FC I had on Rock Band drums was Next to You, Police Song.
That's
oh yeah, hell yeah.
really good.
Yeah, that's not bad, man.
That's a fuck dash chart. It really is. Like
Yeah, it is.
That one note, also that one. I thank God that
The
one note is at
broken
the
note.
beginning, the
Yeah.
literal broken note where you have to just play it.
kick
wrong.
blue. You have to kick blue it.
I
It's
think that was
so
the best
bad.
FC I had.
It's a good FC. That's a good ass FC. It is.
I think I was top 100 on the Xbox leaderboard at one point, and then I had a fall from grace from there. But Rock Band 2 drums was just the best.
It was.
Which I say as I literally never played Rock Band 3 until that day, and I just looked at the Rock Band 4 song list like yesterday, and I was like, damn, these just go down.
Rock Band 4 was a very troubled game, to say the least.
I'd say Rock Band
Unfortunately.
4, like, it's underrated, but then, like, you play it and you're like, oh, yeah, I get it. I understand.
I'm sure
I don't
I would
hate
have
that so
fun if I played it, but
No, it is fun. Yeah.
I had a 360, and then I got a PS4, and when I had a PS4, I played Destiny, and I played GTA, I almost said the wrong number, 5, and it was my first semester of college, and I literally had to just push it away. I was like, I'm going to fail out of college if I continue playing video games, and I didn't play video games until COVID.
Oh,
That's
wow.
very responsible.
It was
of you.
Yeah, that's
literally,
actually
like-
super responsible.
I'm not even close
That-
to being that responsible.
That entire block of my life, I didn't play video games, so I only started again 5 years ago.
Wow.
And now you have a fucking dust tube blanket hanging on the wall.
Right here.
So
I
sick.
love that.
The other thing I was going to say about Rock Band that kind of like morphed my perception of things was like, obviously, like, you always want to play the hardest songs. And so, like, I had this like mentality where I was like, I couldn't do. The other thing that kind of messed with my brain was how, like, there was no double kick. So, like, if I tried to do I just like didn't learn how to double kick properly because with Rock Band, I wasn't thinking of like how to actually play drums properly. So when I got to the like metalcore, like I like could not follow along in my head and do like chugging, and I was like super into like Between the Buried and Me, like August Burns Red, Human Abstract, like all these like prog
hell yeah, dude.
metalcore bands and stuff.
There was a while there where Mea Culpa was just inescapable on YouTube. That was people's intros and outros.
Yeah, dude.
Crossing the Rubicon, anything from
Crossing the
Human Abstract-
Rubicon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a
And-
big one.
Me getting into real drums was the moment where I was like, I don't know if I like, not that I dislike it, but I was like, I can't play any of this. This is all
It's
just
hard,
the
man.
hardest.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, so here's my question. You said you played lots of Rock Band with the drums, right? You got into it that way. Would you be interested? I mean, we got Fortnite Festival adding pro drums soon at some point. Would you be interested in seeing more of that in the future with more emphasis on teaching, right? We've always had like Rocksmith in the past for guitar, but the closest we've ever had for drums really is Rock Band. We're gonna get more games doing this in the future. If you could see this with like features that you wanted, what would you want in a game that's got drums in the future, man?
I mean, I think one, the like the pro mode that has like this, it shows the symbol and stuff like that. I thought that was really interesting because, you know, it's emphasizing like the difference of like, you could just play 4 notes and you could make it more complicated. And I think, not that this is a situation that would have happened, but if I were the exact age and was into all the exact same things that I was into when I was getting into Rock Band, and I got good at it, but it was all the current stuff with Pro and all that. Because I remember the day that I was playing Guitar Hero and I was like, I think I could go up to the orange note. I would have the same moment with drums where I'd be like, I think I could do the Pro mode and do the cymbals, and kind of, I would have challenged myself more and did it more of a game as like, oh, you could get even harder from here. Because the hardest version of Rock Band was just 4 lanes. And so if the hardest version of Rock Band is, it's just everything that you would do with a drum kit. And there's like, maybe it wouldn't mess with your note streak, but it would like give you more points if you were tapping along to a hi-hat pedal. And that was just like an extra element to it that, because I remember when Guitar Hero World Tour added the accented notes, I thought that was cool. Because like, when I was playing Rock Band, I didn't think of like, just like how many different little things you could do with the snare drum besides just, oh, it's a roll, you're just doing this.
You're just trying to hit the notes.
Yeah,
exactly. So I think making it as complicated as possible in that regard as like a reward of like, you're doing the hardest difficulty and you're doing all the things that you're doing that you would be doing on a real drum kit. Because that's what limited me when it came to my development of playing real drums, was just the lack of it. The ceiling got
complexity.
Exactly.
Sure,
And-
makes complete sense.
Yeah.
I've never even really thought of that until now, but I've always had these thoughts when it comes to listening to music or tapping along. Because anytime I'm tapping along to music or mentally thinking of music, I always just kind of think of Guitar Hero and Rock Band just as like this general basis of how it all kind of fits into the greater image of, from when I played the games to playing music to working in music to seeing music. I just always have the kind of thought of my hands moving in the way that I would be playing the video game. So it's interesting to think of the exact same circumstance that I was in when I was playing these games, but to imagine if the skill ceiling was so much higher and so much more complicated, because I would have aspired to get everything, to get all the bases covered and kind of get as good at the game as possible.
Yeah, and that's where we're at now, where the skill ceiling
Dude, they're
is
gonna add that
sky
shit to
high,
Yarg.
and it's so complex.
Yeah,
Real drums.
They're gonna add that shit to Yarg, like the hi-hat.
yeah, they've been working
pedal
on
and all
that for a
shit.
while.
They're calling
Well,
it like
I
elite
put
drums.
a video in the chat a little bit ago from Alex Instagram of him playing "Song for the Dead" by Queens of the Stone Age with I think you custom charted it, right, Alec? Like you took a chart and you changed it to like add a hi-hat pedal. It is mesmerizing to watch. It's cool as fuck.
It is really cool.
And like, I'm not
Also,
even a guy that
video,
likes
I've watched
doing
it dozens
this,
of times.
but this is a song where you can't go without doing the hi-hat pedal. And I like, and so I was just like, okay, what if I charted it? And so I took a chart that already existed, and then I was just like, I'm just gonna edit it so that my E-kit can just play it the proper way, the way that it was meant to be played. So it was just like, there you go. Like this is like a possibility. I could actually get good at that shit.
Exactly.
I felt.
This
It
isn't
took
even
me
a
like
hot
20
take.
minutes.
This isn't even a hot take. Best thing Dave Grohl has ever done is drum on that album.
You know what?
That's
That's
some great
you
material.
know what?
It really is.
He fucking
is.
snapped. He did.
It's a
Dude,
good
it
album.
I'm sure there's a first it giveth chart, but that chorus
that song is
pattern
insane.
is like, in my opinion, the most interesting drum pattern ever played on drums. It's like, like, I thought it was 2 drummers.
It's a fantastic drum track.
It is.
The whole album is great for drums, especially. It was funny when Slam was playing "No One Knows" in the Rockathon. He was like, "You know who drums on that? You know who drums on that record? Dave Grohl."
Because it's like
Yeah,
a super group. Like that album was a
Yeah,
super group.
yeah, it
pretty
is.
much.
He did the same thing when he was on Dead End Friends. He's like, "Hey, you know who's in this band? Josh Homme is on vocals, bro." He's just listing off people that are like in the bands and shit. I thought it was so cool.
When I evacuated, I was in the desert. I was like right around Joshua Tree, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking throw this album on. I'm just gonna fucking drive around. And it was like 47 degrees, so it just didn't really feel like it was intended to. I was like, I'm kind of cold. Like, I don't want to put the windows down.
It's supposed to be sweaty and gritty and dusty when you hear this album, bro. Not
It's the
escaping.
opposite. I escaped all the dust and the ash and the hotness.
I
I'm
still
now
see
just-
the dust behind you.
Yeah, no, Dust 2. There's 2 of them back there.
There it is.
Hey,
Christ.
little piece of Counter-Strike news, folks.
boy.
Season 2 is starting next week. Well, I guess this week when you're watching this. Season 1 of Counter-Strike Premier has been going on for a year and a half. Ever since the game launched, we just thought it was going to be a scrapped feature. No. Seasons are coming, folks. Your Premier ranks are going to reset. I got to 23,000 ELO for nothing because it's going to go away next season.
Oh,
You
you're
do get a
used,
badge.
you're used to that from festival leaderboards. Come on.
Yeah, come on, bro.
It's different when it's actually a ranked like ELO level.
And the game
Not
is in
just
a
leaderboards.
perfect state.
It's
Every-
different
Yeah,
when
the
I
game's
get an
perfect.
optimal
Nothing's wrong with it
score.
whatsoever. Nothing's wrong with it. I can't wait for. I'm going to the Austin Major, bro. It's going to be so fun.
Oh, shit,
Tickets are
that's
going
it.
on sale next
Ooh.
or 2 weeks from now.
Ooh.
Oh, hell
Go to
yeah.
Austin with a whole bunch of my friends. We're gonna get like an Airbnb for like me and 10 other dudes. We're just gonna go to the Moody Center 4 days in a row, watch some professional Counter-Strike.
hell
It's
yeah,
gonna be
man.
sick. I can't wait, bro.
Hell yeah.
Man, dude, that's
Counter-Strike talk.
two Texas trips last year, a Texas trip now. Wow.
I know. I'm going to Texas again somehow.
You're
Three
basically
times
a
in
Texan.
Third time's the charm.
It- 3 times in 9 months is what it's gonna be. And before this, I've never been to Texas.
Hey,
There's
go
stuff
to
happening
Bucky's.
over there.
Go to Bucky's again, bro. Go to
Really?
Buc-ee's.
Like,
Dude.
dude,
Oh my god.
There's gonna be a Bucky's in Wisconsin, bro.
What?
They're putting a Bucky's in Wisconsin in 2027. It's so like, ooh, Wisconsin. That's just like
GTA
right over
6
there.
is
I'm in
going to come out
Minnesota.
first.
GTA 6.
It will. They really
No,
put
it
out
won't.
GTA 6 before a Bucky's in
No,
Wisconsin.
it actually won't. Clone Hero 1.1 will still not.
No, I
be out.
guarantee you, Bucky's will come first. For
And
sure.
they're also finally gonna find something to plug into the Ethernet cable on all the Guitar Hero controllers before then.
Oh, we got
Bro.
we got the
RJ11
lore on
port,
we
bro.
got the lore on that actually when we had on League and Shard and Charles Wong from Red Octane. They were saying like because we just asked like like that was intended to be like effects or star power pedal, right? And they were like, oh yeah, we kept it on the guitars and every guitar iteration we would be like, yeah, let's do something with that. And every time they tried something, they were like, oh, we don't like it, we're not going to do it. So they just kept it on there in case they would do something. And then they just never did it because they were like, oh, it's not good. It doesn't add anything. And
We
it's
tried
like, wow.
circling back around to it multiple times.
Every
They're just
time.
Like,
And it
you
just
know
never
What if
what?
we
No,
have
not this time.
the whammy bar? The best part about the Guitar Hero controller. What if we have another thing related
Yeah.
to it?
Shit, they could have just made it a second
Wow,
whammy.
like-
they could have made it like a
Oh,
wah
that'd be
pedal that would
A
do the same
whammy
shit.
pedal.
Well, imagine if it was like
a wah pedal.
a similar idea to like the effects pickup. switch
I
on, like,
wonder
the
if
Rock Band
Harmonix
guitars.
patented that shit and they just did not let them use it.
That's
They
a good
might.
point, actually. I never thought about
They
that.
might.
They definitely patented.
They got it.
Harmonix patents everything.
Tom and Jerry beef. They're trying to blow each other up.
Oh man.
We'll never know the intricacies of like what we could have gotten and what we didn't get because of who did what. You know what I mean, like that's
Well,
what sucks. But
maybe.
maybe we
My
will
hope is
one
that
day.
that book that got
Oh, yeah,
that
the
got
book?
funded not that long ago.
Oh,
The
Yeah, there was an
oral
update
history,
on
I
that
believe.
too. There was an update.
There was the oral history of Guitar Hero. There was an update the other day. He talked to Chris Vance, which we had on the show once. Talked about he's the man who charted through the Fire and Flames. They had a small update about Chris Vance telling his side of the story about how Through the Fire and Flames came to be a thing in Guitar Hero 3. So that was cool. I think that book is still slated to release at the end of this year. That's
Yeah.
neat.
Hell yeah.
You know what I almost forgot about that we talked about before we started recording is me playing Valorant with the Guitar Hero controller.
Bro, would you
Dude,
do it again?
Dude, yes, but
Yes, but why?
God, one, I don't have the Explorer. It's at a friend's house that I've like tried to get, and he's just like out of town constantly. And I was like, during the yard stream, I was like, can you put it in a fucking Uber and send it over here, and I'll pay it? And the roommate wasn't
I need
home.
somebody to deliver this to me.
Dude, I thought just out of principle, how much more entertaining it would be if I just wait, let me go get the Guitar Hero Explorer guitar out my Uber.
Yeah, don't
real
worry.
quick.
I brought my own guitar.
Yeah,
I just
I'm gonna
Ubered
shred.
it. I just DoorDashed this.
Yeah,
bro.
People are
you could-
DoorDashing
you
their
could just
Riff Masters,
DoorDash
bro.
a Riff Master.
Yo.
Yeah.
I think I
People have
told
been
you
getting
about
Riff
that
Masters delivered to
too.
their house from GameStop.
Yeah, people are
it's,
doing that, man.
Yeah, there's this dude on YouTube named Oddwin. He does like production. He just does beats. He streams it, and his like Discord viewers like they'll make beats, and then he'll react to them, give him advice, and all that shit. But he was like, I just DoorDashed a Guitar Hero guitar. I'm like, what the fuck? No way. And he's like, nah, here's proof. And he's like, it's like DoorDashed a Riff Master from Best Buy or some shit. I was like,
Crazy.
that's crazy. That is
when I
crazy.
That's
was
so
when I was on
back.
tour, with Senses Fail, I knew that Best Buy was on DoorDash, so like anything, not anything, you can't get a fridge. That'd be crazy. But
Imagine.
Wow.
maybe you can open the app. Write that down. No,
True.
but
Yeah.
I
Write that
remember. I remember looking up. I left
DoorDash.
my iPhone gimbal at the last venue, and I was like, I need another one like now. I type it in. I show Buddy, the vocalist, and he was like, "Yeah, that's good." And then he hands the phone back, and I just start laughing. He was like, "What?" And I just hand him over my phone. And the first suggested item to pair with the DJI handheld thing was an electric scooter. And he just takes the phone and hits add to cart and hits order. And he just ordered the electric scooter. We're door dashing a handheld stabilizer and an electric scooter.
Wild.
And like
Get that shit delivered.
the order came before the video idea, which was for him to like go from outside the venue onto the stage with the scooter and me like follow him along with it. But then the DoorDasher was like, "Oh, it's out of stock."
Damn
There's this
Oh.
other scooter, and the other scooter, it was like not in the app database, so we couldn't get
Damn it.
And we were
Oh.
both like legitimately in a bad mood after that.
Oh, that sucks
This
so
is
much.
crazy that you mentioned this because I literally open up my DoorDash to see, and there's a scooter on the Best
There-
Buy right there. Legit,
They are pushing them. They want those gone.
bro.
Damn, do I want a scooter
delivered
now?
to your house.
The hell?
How
That's
much is
I think I
this?
live
crazy.
close enough to a Best Buy where I can get that shit DoorDashed.
Also,
I gotta
both
drive
of
like
them-
30 minutes to a Best Buy, no cap.
So-
I
both
can,
of
I can
my
put
Best
Uber Eats
Buys-
that shit.
Both of mine closed. Both of my Best Buys closed. But I have
Okay, you
Micro
got a
Center, so
Micro
it's
Center,
okay. I don't give a shit.
Got a Micro Center.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
just went to
25
Micro
minutes
Center
away.
yesterday.
Isn't
I
it
went
the
to Micro Center
best?
yesterday to go pick up my 9800 X3D for my brother.
You walk in there and you're just smiling. You're just like, I'm so happy.
It's the
Oh,
same
yo,
feeling
these are
that
my
you
people,
get.
bro.
Yeah.
It's the same feeling that you get, and like kids won't understand this nowadays because they don't exist anymore. It's like going into a fucking
Kids
Toys
don't
R
exist
Us.
nowadays.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying Toys
No,
R
they-
Us,
they,
bro.
They stopped making those years ago, man.
Oh, dude, going to the video game section
Toys
at
R
Toys
Us.
R Us was the fucking best. They had the
Bro.
best kiosks and shit.
Yeah, I'm just gutted that I won't be able to take my daughter to like a Toys R Us. Like
Yeah.
that's what sucks. You know what I mean? Because like going to the toys, my mom would take me to like the Mattel outlet store in California,
They
and
had
like
that.
they would have like discounts of like badly packaged stuff, but like the toys were completely fine on like every Wednesday, and so like I'd go get like a fucking toy like that was like pretty much new for like bad cheap.
Dude,
It was, like-
I worked seasonal at Toys R Us like when I was.
I
like,
remember
think, like,
that shit.
dude. I forget how old I was, but it was around the time that the NES Classic was a new thing, and so everybody coming into Toys R Us just wanted two things: the NES Classic or Hatchimals. Those were the two things.
Hatchimals?
Yeah, this fucking
Hatchimals.
toy. These
Those were a
toys that
big
like
thing if
hatched
you
out
used
of
that.
eggs or whatever. Yeah, and that's all they would want. And it was like the worst seasonal job ever because I was just organizing shelves all day. It was so boring. Like
It's funny you brought up like having those two things. Like when I went to go pick up that 9800 X3D for my brother, he was like, before you went to go grab the order, all right, it's gonna be $520.93, and he didn't even ring me up yet. He just knows the fucking price because he's been selling so many of them.
yeah. And then he puts he slaps his label on them so he gets commission. Dude's rolling in it. For
Dude,
real.
I was just thinking about how some Best Buys or Targets or whatever would have like the actual Guitar Hero demo with the guitars, but how like half of them had the game, but then you're just on a controller, and that shit was
Yeah.
infuriating. Where it's
Like my local Shopco's and Walmarts didn't have guitars at a time.
Beast
They
of
just
the
had a controller.
Harlot, I'm playing on medium on a controller, and I'm going like,
I can't do this shit.
like,
Doesn't fucking
and
work.
if there's any fast strumming, you just can't do it.
I wonder if there's like a lot of kids who still wanted to play Guitar Hero even though they were forced to play on a gamepad. You know what I mean? Because like it was still
They're like,
kind
oh,
of fun.
this is fun. I like playing with this. I live in Brazil.
I was just gonna say Brazil
Yeah.
immediately.
Brazil.
Immediately.
Yeah, they
use what they
love
got,
their
man.
DualShock. They love their DualShock because that's all they
They're
got.
so good at it, and they still do it.
Oh, they're
And
I
phenomenal.
remember
They're
I
fantastic
remember
with
the
it.
GH3 demo came out, and I remember I was on like a field trip to Tallahassee, and
right there.
Yep, there it is.
Watch off camera.
There as well. I got
I-
all sorts of shit, man.
I remember playing the Rock You Like a Hurricane because I knew that was the hardest song on the demo, and there was straight up 40 people behind me in a GameStop. Like people just
Damn.
walking.
Those
by
were
and
the
just
days, man.
Whoa.
When you drew a crowd.
Yeah.
See, I
remember
feel like
those
it's the
days,
same
too.
thing with like fighting games that like everyone knows someone who's like pretty fucking good, but then you put all the pretty fucking good people together and you're like, oh no, you're dog shit. Like I 5-starred
Yeah.
through Fire and Flames, and that was like the best thing I ever did on guitar. While like you guys are like, you guys can fucking do that in your sleep. You guys, I'm sure all of you have passed it or 5-starred it, eyes closed.
That's funny. That's funny you brought that up because like I'm known as like the Guitar Hero guy, you know, in my family and my friends and all sort of surrounding circles. This summer, my brother had a bunch of his friends out to our family cabin, and they know me as the Guitar Hero guy. You know, I'm the streamer. That's my job. And then they wanted me to bring a whole Rock Band set out with me, so I brought my drums. I brought a couple guitars. I brought my RGH Xbox 360 with every game and every DLC and shit like that on there. And then while I was getting that shit set up, I was just playing through the Fire and Flames, and I just turned around. I just didn't look at the fucking TV anymore. And they're like, "How are you doing that?" I didn't know. I'm like, bro, I played the song 2,500 times. Bro, it's in my brain forever. I'll never
Doesn't
forget the
sound
chart.
like a song.
It's
No,
not
it
a
ain't
song.
Sound like a song
anymore.
anymore. I mean,
It's
like,
like
ain't
it's like
real.
a creature.
close my
You're
eyes.
like a
I can see it. I
telemark-
can see
you're
it.
a-
Yeah.
The whole chart actually. I could see the solo. See the end.
Yeah,
of
I can
bridge
see,
one.
I can visualize it
Yeah.
right now as well.
It's all right
There's
here,
a
man.
synth right before the big middle part. Right.
Yeah.
There was like Jake, what you were talking about. Like I think it was like
Exactly.
2 months ago. 2 months ago, a friend of mine was like, you know, JP, so like, you know, you talk about the Guitar Hero stuff and like the Fortnite stuff a lot. I'm just like, yeah, why? He's like, well, like, when does that end? And I was like, end? I was like, my guy, it's only up from here. I'm like, you have no idea.
This is the
Like,
start.
When
Yeah,
music
this is just the beginning.
When
Yeah,
music
when's music
ends,
gonna end?
Guitar Hero
Exactly.
dies.
See, this
Yeah.
is
Evergreen.
this is my $1 million idea. All the kids, all the cool kids, they're just into like Smashing Pumpkins and Slow Dive and all the shoegaze bands. You just do all shoegaze where they're just strumming along, and then this is where the Ethernet cable comes into play. You're in all the
Hashtag
pedals.
bring back
you're, just,
Ethernet.
you're just plugging 15 pedals and staring down, looking cool, wearing cool clothes, and you're barely even playing the fucking game, and it's just 500 billion views on TikTok.
I think you want Rock Band 4 freestyle solos. I think that's what you want.
God.
No, you don't. You don't
No,
want
you
to.
don't.
Go ahead, get yourself a
don't
Riff
know, don't
Master.
look 'em up.
Go get Rock Band 4 on PlayStation or Xbox for $10. Go play Rock Band 4 freestyle solos. You're gonna
At
change
that
your
point,
life.
you're just going to want to play fucking Rock Band VR. It's the same thing, but
Oh
probably
yeah, you
better.
can go play Rock
Oh,
Band
man.
VR. You
oh
can't
my
buy
God,
that
I
anymore.
forgot about that.
You can't buy
Carlos
that
You can't
anymore.
buy it anymore, and,
And it
whatever
took J-Neck
controller you
years
put it on,
to
you have to
acquire
tape
it.
it. You got to
It
tape
took
it to the
J-Neck years
headstock.
to get the DLC because it
Yeah,
was
you
not.
can
It
acquire
wasn't
it.
even on the servers anymore, and he kept bugging them, and they're like, "Oh no, it's fine." Like,
Yeah, you could buy them, but you couldn't download them. They just didn't exist.
Man,
They
he
were
You
not
got
on
bought the whole
servers.
thing.
yeah,
he got BRE energy, right?
yeah.
You know,
Bro.
I'm gonna be real. I think Carlos cooking here, and I now want to see somebody play festival tap charts with 5 foot pads, not DDR style, 5 in a line.
Good. Yeah.
Just
Five
like,
in a line.
The guitar pedals are now the thing.
The tap
you're playing,
notes,
and you're
just you know, river
you're
dancing to get the notes.
only
Yeah,
shallow.
you just hold the
My
guitar.
Bloody
Means
Valentine.
nothing.
Yeah,
You're
you're
just
just
pressing
My
shit.
bloody Valentine's. Yeah.
Deftones.
God.
Just all the cool bands that the younger kids are into, and it's just
Oh, yeah, man,
It's
Deftones.
just the foot pedals.
Yeah, the kids are into
the
that.
game.
Yeah, we're going to have
Yeah,
to cut that segment out. That's going to be too much money to
Yeah,
give
it's
away
too
for
much of a
free.
good
Yeah,
idea.
no,
I
we're
can't
gonna
share
go
with the
send that
public.
over to some people that we might know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
that
we'll
might
get
be
the,
able to
we'll get the idea.
facilitate the financial means to make that happen.
There is something.
Yeah, shout out Harmonix.
Yeah.
There's something. No shout out Red Octane. No, just kidding. We
They
love
shout out
everybody over
the
here.
ghost of Red Octane making the cracked guitar.
Yes.
What?
I guess they're making the guitar. They'd be willing to make the pedals too. Just saying.
There's something I mentioned at the beginning that we were like, let's save that for later. Something that I was hating on. What was that?
Hating on.
Or I was
Hating.
about to
Hating.
start. I was about to start ranting about something. You're like, oh, let's save that. God, what was
Does it do with the Kids' Choice Award? That's the only other thing I can remember talking about pre-show.
No, I remember you saying that, but I don't remember what it was about. But yeah, you were like, no, Jake was
Guitar
like,
Hero
"Save it
Live!"
for the pod." Yeah, Guitar Hero Live.
Guitar Hero Live.
Guitar Hero Live.
Yeah.
3 frets, 2 rows.
Yay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about a resurgence. Be like, yeah, it's well on its way. Just don't do a 2x3. Don't do that shit. A 3x2 layout and all that stuff. And it's like, I think at this point we know that that's not the fucking play because nobody
that shit just
like
makes me
maybe
sad.
Number
like
one
20
thing.
people are still playing it.
Number one thing, the biggest flex ever when we were all getting into these games was I could use my pinky.
Yeah.
No, fuck you. No more pinkies. Can't get rid
Where's
of
the
that shit.
pinky
It's too hard.
going? Where's the pinky going? There's no pinky.
It's too
involved.
hard, Carlo. It's too hard.
that
People
was-
don't know how to use their pinkies.
That was what they said when they released it. They said
Bro.
we know so many people. They legit. I remember them putting out a news thing that said statistically most people never use their pinky playing the old games. Most people never got up to hard or expert.
Link
They
me to
wanted
the
to-
statistic.
Where's
brother.
the study?
Yeah, where's the
Yeah,
study?
I
Where's
remember
the
that
college
back when it came
papers?
out.
Who the fuck cares? Get better.
I
It's
saw-
it's a badge of honor to be able to use your pinky. It's like it's a piece of your progression.
I saw one of the most like 2010s things ever. Like they put on their social media for Guitar Hero Live. It's like, oh yeah, it's you don't have to use your pinky anymore. Put a little mustache on it. And it's like it sounds like
What?
yeah, it was like a little.
Dude,
Like girls on
millennials running
Tumblr,
the
they would
world back
do
in
like
the
a
day.
little cute mustache, and they do a little
Oh,
duck
the-
face too, and they go like,
The fucking duck face, dude.
and then they
I
put like the
saw a
Instagram
tweet not that long
visco
ago. It was
filters
like-
on it. You know what I mean? Like but
Dude.
they
I
did
saw a
that
tweet
for
not
Guitar
long ago.
Hero
It was
Live.
like, yo, shout out to all the millennial girls that still have the mustache tattoo on their fingers. Wonder what they're up to nowadays.
They're all
Registered
racist
nurse.
now.
Probably. They probably all have kids and now they're like ultra like fashy moms.
yeah.
They're drinking
Not
raw
fashion.
milk.
Talking fascism.
Dude, that Guitar Hero Live trailer was the most, like, I had chills. I was like, dude, this is
Not the Lenny Kravitz
awesome.
commercial with was it James Franco? Not that one.
No, where
yeah.
it was like, oh, we're on stage and the crowd's booing, and now you're coming on, and then I was like, dude, this is dope. And then whoop, 3, and I was like,
What the hell is that?
You're like, it's
Where the
dead.
colors at? It's just white and black.
Black and white.
dude, even during COVID, my roommate at the time, he was like, oh, dude, Chad's giving us these Guitar Hero controllers, 2 of them. Let's play. Super excited, and it was 2 Guitar Hero Live controllers. I was like,
Boo.
the
You got
fuck am I gonna do
fruitcake
with
on
these?
Christmas, man. That's
And
what
they
you
just
got.
they sat in a closet for so long. And I remember we were moving, and people were like constantly like, "Oh, I'm going to take this and this." I just put them right in the trash can. I was like, "These
Yeah,
are
just
not
don't want 'em.
going on Craigslist. These will sell for $5."
Hey, you can use
This
them
is-
for Clone Hero. You can go play 6 fret on Clone Hero.
That is true. There is a small scene for that.
You
It
can
is
do
kinda
that.
Neat.
Well,
I
and
like that it
they've got,
exists.
They're very
and to be
good.
fair,
They're
they've
very
gotten
good.
really fucking good at it. It's actually ridiculously how good they are.
To all 4 of you listening right now, we love you, and there's going to be more than 4 guitar.
Dude, you
I'm
say
not gonna
4,
lie,
but you're not that off. That far off.
Genuinely very close to how many people actually like put content up of that game.
Yeah.
Well,
I can think
Jason-
of Marino.
Jason
There's
did it for a
less
while.
There's less
crazy-
people. There's less people playing the game than there are notes.
Well, Jason, that game got you partnered on Twitch, right?
That was how I got started on Twitch. Yeah, because that was. I mean, I thought that was going to be the revitalization. I really did. But then
We all did at time.
we saw the writing on the wall really quickly when the community manager for the game was let go like a month into the game's life. Like that's a bad sign. Like that's such a bad sign.
Look.
So
Bad look.
Everybody walks out. Is this a good sign? Is this game going well? Do you think any of these devs play this video game?
And then you go in the Five Below, and they have GH Live there for like $5, the fucking
Yeah.
bundle with the guitar, straight up.
Oh, they're shutting down the servers only 3 years later. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, they're issuing refunds if you purchase it in the past. Oh,
This is
Bad
the
look.
craziest tangent, but did you know that DoorDash, back to DoorDash, second mention, DoorDash
Big fans.
corporate
Big fans.
DoorDash corporate requires their employees to do like a certain amount of deliveries. In every company, every single tech company, every video game company, every single company should have their version of that. That is my hottest take, because then every single product would be good. And the idea is that if you are a dev working on the back end of DoorDash and all this stuff, you have to go in your fucking car and deliver, because if you're not enjoying that,
oh. Oh, okay.
And that's
I
why
get it. The people working on the
experience.
product must
Yeah.
use the product. They must live the product they work on.
Exactly.
So it's
That
like,
makes
if they're having a
sense.
bad time,
That is a
I
hot
like that
take.
take. I like
That
like
is a
that.
hot take,
Yeah.
but I agree with it.
Riot
makes
Games,
sense.
Riot Games will hire the pro players to develop Valorant because people who are good at the game will make the game.
They know the ins and
And
outs.
they know exactly, and it's
You hear that,
I
Activision?
like where you're at. You
Hear
hear
that?
that, Activision? Hear that, Red Octane? Hey, we were talking to Lee Gunchard and Charles Wang, the old Red Octane folks. They had a similar sort of mindset when they were building Guitar Hero.
They did.
They were putting together Guitar Hero 3 back when the Activision acquisition of Guitar Hero really came into full effect. They hired people off the street. Essentially, they went to like arcades. They were really good rhythm game players. Like, hey, you're good at this. You should come work for us.
Want to work in the game
You know,
industry?
and then they got really
Dude.
passionate people on the team that way.
watching the GH3 permadeath again and seeing like the actual career and like the little cutscenes and stuff. It is so easy to forget how well made that game is. Because, dude, all of the art, the stage design, the guys in the band are kind of weird. We all
Yeah.
Part of the-
They're
part of-
7 months,
iconic.
though.
Part of the
They
charm.
did that shit in 7 months.
Yeah.
But-
I can't believe that.
Quick.
But dude, all of the desert design, I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
The prison
That's the
design,
best
all
one.
this stuff.
That's,
I was
that's
like,
my favorite venue.
just all
They
of the
cook
art,
so hard.
the cheat
Well,
menus. All
See,
these
I'm
little
I'm glad
details.
that you brought that up because I feel like, I mean, this is a fact that like people just like to hate on GH3 because like, oh, the engine's too loose, and it's just like, how about we look at this as an actual game and not just a vessel,
A package.
right? Where like, let's look at the career, right? Let's look at the
I think
song
it's
choices.
timeless. The look
It
of the
is
game
timeless.
is timeless. I
Yeah.
think. And this is someone
First
who's
game to
sick of
surpass
this
$1
game.
billion in revenue. That
I was
means
also
something.
I was sick of this fucking game when I first started streaming because it was all I was playing. Like, so all the menus and all that stuff, I'd hear fucking even flow and monsters all the fucking time in the menu. But then, like, I don't know. Once I just stepped out and I was just like, damn, people are actually kind of forgetting about the OG games. It's like, all right, let's go back and take a look at it. I just don't. I think that the World Tour games, all the way until like Guitar Hero 5, like those games all look the same. They all, I mean, like they are literally
More
built
or
on the
less.
same engine, but it's like there's nothing that really stood out. Yeah, you can have Ozzy Osbourne and like Haley Williams and like fucking Travis Barker or whatever, but to an extent, they also all kind of look the same too. And then like Guitar Hero 3,
And they
at least,
never look nearly as cool or as visually appealing as Guitar Hero 3 or Guitar
yeah,
Hero 2.
in a
G3
way.
had style.
It did.
Yes, yeah. World Tour lost a bit of style. And
It had the,
Yeah, it
it
became
was like
a little
a
more
Hollywood
generic.
blowout game, which was still
Yeah.
cool. But like
Trying
Guitar
to
Hero
catch
3 was so
lightning in a
strong
bottle.
in its art direction.
The
I
big,
think.
I think the big difference was with World Tour, they were trying to compete with Rock Band. GH3, they weren't.
They
right?
totally were.
With
Yeah.
World Tour, they were scattered. They were going, hey, we have to do all the things they're doing and more. So everything. GH3 was focused.
Yeah,
It was
big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, GH3 was like, we need to make a sequel to Guitar Hero 2. That was the goal.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Guitar Hero World Tour is, we need to make a competitor to Rock Band. It was less about
Yes.
being a sequel to GH3, but more about being a competitor to Rock Band. And
Exactly.
so, like,
They're
we
playing catch-up.
need to be Rock Band-ish, toe to line.
Let's
while
do
making
open notes.
our own.
Let's
Yeah.
do drums.
They really
with-
cooked. They really cooked when they got Hot for Teacher, though.
Oh,
They
yeah.
did. Yeah.
did.
'Cause
That
Rock
was-
Band
that
didn't
was a
get
big
that
one.
shit for another 8 years.
I was like, whoa, this song is awesome.
Yeah, like, I remember watching the video of that, like, when the game was coming out, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, watching the drums, I was like, oh my god. Like, this is insane.
They like played it at E3, man, and like they're using
Yeah.
the slider bar in the intro, and it was so cool. So
It
it's
was-
like a revolutionary moment.
overly
like
ambitious.
I feel like part of
It
the
was.
part of the like, obviously there's so many layers to it because of obviously having to like do clearance and covers and all this stuff. But like the actual structure of like songs and like the set list and the certain blocks and just the overall like lead up to it, I feel like is such a detail that it gets lost and definitely over time gets harder because they're just trying to catch. You can't have the last song in the game be Freebird every fucking game, you know? You have to have a new one. And so, like, I don't even know what the last song in the other games were, but I remember Hot for Teachers, hardest song on drums, and Rock Band 1 and 2, like Panic Attack and Painkiller, there being the, like, all red difficulty for every song and just being like, oh my god, this is about
Yeah,
to be the
Devil
hardest
Tear.
fucking song. And, like, it got to a point where I remember, was it GH5? I have a roommate who just like bought it and we like played through it one day. Maybe it was even later. It was just like new Megadeth songs.
Oh, that was
Where's
Where's
the
Rock.
Rock?
Where's the Rock?
Rock?
Yeah,
That was the last game. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember just being like, "There's just nothing left here," and not nothing left, obviously, in that moment of like
They had milked it dry.
The magic is gone. The magic was gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did like a fan service kind of set list of like, oh, let's like add a bunch of hard songs because we know it's going to be the last game. Like that was kind of the approach at that point, you know.
Yeah,
It
Where's
was-
the Rock
it was
was definitely
cool.
for like the hardcore community, because a lot of the
Yeah.
casuals have already left the game. They
They
already
were long
disinterested.
gone. They
Seemed
were
like an
long gone.
official
By
kind
World
of, like-
Tour, they were long gone.
I was gonna say like Fury of the Storm and Black Widow of Laporte. It's like that's for the old heads
yeah.
that would watch the YouTube videos of
Those
Priest,
songs.
Customs and
Priest
GH2.
and
custom
like
custom GH2, Priest MLH, fucking Black
Yeah.
Widow, Laporte, shit,
Wolf.
bro.
Wolf
Yeah.
79. I've
Yeah.
seen fucking Cacophony, bro. It's like
Yeah, I remember
Cacophony,
watching those custom
not
charts
cacophony.
and then like
That's what I said it too.
Stepmania songs that they would put into the game, and I was like,
Zephyr.
that's awesome.
Zephyr.
Zephyr,
Attach.
baby.
Yeah.
The
The
X.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you know all this shit, dude.
Band of the band of the band of the
It's
band
so
of the
fun to
band.
talk to somebody else like this. It's so rare.
I'm
Dude,
curious.
Dusty Piano.
I'm curious, Carlo. You had mentioned you didn't like the Megadeth stuff. All right, I've got a take of mine that I personally feel very strongly about, which is with Guitar Hero 4 World Tour, the last song, Dream Theater, Pull Me Under. I think if they would have had a much stronger song that was harder, I think the game overall would have done better. You think
The rumor
you think
was Fury of the Storm, and like I got access to seeing the set list early because I went to this convention called E for All, and then we got to play on stage with the full set list, and we were looking through, we're like, "Where's Dragon Force? There's no Dragon Force in the game," and like there, and that, it was at that moment I was like, "Damn, World Tour is gonna be a great game, but it's not gonna be as big as GH3." I was like 13. And like I got to play fucking World Tour early. I was like, "Holy shit! I get to play the biggest game in the world early." And it was like, "There's no Dragon Force."
Yeah, this is a
What?
step back.
I have
So-
a
What
the hell
conspiracy
happened?
theory. I have a conspiracy theory.
go ahead with it, and I'll get my question after.
Dragon Force knew what they were doing, and they fucking raised the price because they're like, "Oh, you want the hardest song in the game again?"
Maybe.
Cost
I mean,
us
they did get
so much
underpaid.
We'll never know, bro. Like
They did have a
because
DLC
that-
pack in Guitar Hero 3, but that probably,
Their
I don't know, they probably
popularity
did really well.
blew up.
I forgot, and I to this day have to ask him, even if he would give me the info. I want to know from Census Fail, how much did they pay? Did they pay?
That
I
would
know
be
with
interesting to
Dragon
know.
Force it wasn't much.
Yeah, I think the Fall of Troy also said that for FCP Remix it wasn't a lot.
I've always wondered that versus like, you could do a cover, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
was the decision-making process like? It's that expensive to get Pat Benatar in the game? We can cover it for much cheaper. You know?
Wave group.
But
Yeah.
what was the take?
Okay, so I think personally, if they would have had a better song, and I say this as I love Pull Me Under, do not get me wrong, but for hardness, for actual difficulty, right? Pull Me Under didn't work as a final song. What would be your pick for a final song if we got a new game? Whichever instrument, whether it's guitar, drums, whichever. But if you had your personal, I would love to see, this is the ultimate challenge song. This is what I really want to see end a game off.
Oh my god!
For a
You had
new
mentioned
game?
you
It's a
mentioned
big
you didn't like the
question.
Megadeth stuff, so now hey, might as well.
Full we're talking full band here.
Hey, it could be anything. Feel free. This is your floor.
See, I like the idea of it can't be like a 4-minute song.
That's gotta be long, man.
Because
No,
the
it's
first
gonna be
thing
long, bro.
the first thing that comes to my mind of like what is the most complicated music that's somewhat doesn't have to be modern, but the first thing that came to my mind as like crazy vocals, crazy guitar, drums, whatever, is Black Midi. But
Okay.
that's where on
Yeah.
Rock Band 4 they did Lightning Bolt, and then on Rock Band 3 they did Fish. Of like those aren't the last songs in the game, but what were the last songs for a full band? For
I think you're,
Honestly,
you're right.
the
You're right
concept
on the
of a
nose
last
like Rock
song
Band
kind
4.
of like went away later. They're
Yeah.
like, if you sort
Yeah,
by difficulty, they just sorted it differently in those games. It's just there wasn't much of a last song, but I mean, I would say like Llama's probably the overall hardest song in Rock Band 3 to play.
And you're right.
Dream
Isn't
Genie
it all
definitely
demos
is
on Rock
hard.
Band 4.
Yeah,
Dream
yeah.
Genie was 100%.
Dream Genie. Yeah.
Yeah, because like Rock Band 3, the final is Roundabout, I'm pretty sure, which fully makes sense.
Yeah. And that's a hard fucking song.
Great song.
Yeah.
And it's long.
Because
Got the
my
epic part of
favorite
it.
my favorite kind of charts were like Bodhisattva, like not like crazy technical metal, not prog, just weird shit.
Rock.
My favorite
Yeah.
drum charts were like Next to You. What was that one Freeze Pop one?
Oh, Brain Power?
No,
Brain
it
Power.
was the DLC one. It
Oh!
was
Science
fucking-
Genius Girl.
Science
right?
Genius Girl.
Yeah,
is
Science
like-
Genius Girl.
Oh, Science Genius Girl.
So
Okay,
Going,
much
like,
fun on
across
drums.
the whole kit.
Perfect
Yeah.
Drug, shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like,
Perfect
those
Drug.
Perfect Drug's
that was-
awesome.
Yeah, dude, Perfect Drug. I think about that chart all the time, and like that fucking got me. That got me like separate, like actually gamifying Rock Band drums so hard, and that I completely disregarded it as an instrument because I was just like, "This is insane. I want to get good at this." That was like one of my first videos I ever put up was a Perfect Drug, like 5-star.
There's an iconic one. There's a Rock Band 3 achievement for like a 200 note streak in that song on drums.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Shit.
But yeah, it's
Wow.
hard to come up. I mean, that's kind of my idea. Like Black Midi is a really good example of that, but I don't think they have any like. I mean, I think I have an answer, and it's kind of what they did with Warriors of Rock, which was kind of the original thing that I feel like people were waiting for so long, which ties into my conspiracy theory with Dragon Force that they did 2112 because Rush asked for a lot of money and that they probably wanted that for a very long time, and they're like, no, we want fucking $5 million for it, and they're like, and then they're releasing one last one, and they're like, okay, fine, we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. We really want to do it. And then they got all of them to narrate the whole thing. It was a whole big spectacle.
But I think I have an answer that is modern, interesting, hard as fuck, and not done before. Do some fucking King Gizzard.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lizard Wizard.
Yeah.
They're in
Wait,
Clone
That
Hero.
makes sense. They're in Clone Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hero, you know?
They licensed a song for Clone Hero. What's that song that's in there?
They have like 47 albums, so.
Yeah, it's
And they all
ridiculous.
sound different.
all different genres too.
But that's
Yeah.
my answer. That's if Rock Band / if our our moms and our dads, or our two moms and our two dads came back together and came out with their new.
Wait, do we have
game,
gay?
and it
Do we have gay
was
parents or do we have step parents? Just clarification.
sponsored- Both.
Okay,
They all
Let's
came back
go.
together. They come out with a game, and I'm creative director.
we're
It's
in
a
our
fucking,
polycule.
like 20-minute, 30-minute King Gizzard end. That's like crazy visuals, and
Yeah, that's
the
one of the-
band would do some shit for that too.
That's one of the things that I really like. It's funny because growing up, like, and then like once they introduced like black background in official Guitar Hero games, like, and you're thinking about only about like FCing, like, or like,
The
you know,
cool
getting a high
shit.
score. Yeah, like I miss stuff like that. I miss like the venues, you know, like, and I think a lot of people after playing the console games are realizing, hey, wait a second, these are actually awesome. What am I doing playing a black background all the time? This is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people are realizing that, you know. Like, I like that the original spirit of the games is coming back, and, you know, we have Fortnite Festival, like, to thank for a decent chunk of that at this point. I mean, you have fucking Hatsune Miku now, you know? And she's just, like, hitting the gritty, you know, during the break.
It's just
Like-
such a goofy game, unapologetically
Yeah.
goofy. It knows what it is too. So like, I
It really
appreciate it for
is,
that.
but it's like, this season's actually really good. That's the irony. Like, I like this season, you know, with Miku. Like, I think it's good.
it is
So
interesting.
far, so good.
But
Yeah.
it isn't. It's not the same as what it used to be. You know, it ain't Guitar Hero 3. It ain't Rock Band.
It's
2.
not.
It's just something completely different, and I think people still want a Rock Band 2, but in 2025.
There's still room for it.
But
There's still
Guitar Hero
room.
3 in
you're only
2025.
going to screw yourself over further if you keep trying to capture that same lightning in a bottle, and that's why
Yes,
Fortnite Festival
it can't be the
shit
same.
is cool because
Yeah.
it hasn't
But
been done and it's a new thing,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so it's exciting to have a new thing that's like pretty
Push it
good.
forward.
yeah. It's still definitely very
Yeah.
much a unique entry into this whole genre of games. But
It's not the Rock Band 5 that people wanted, and I'm okay with that, because I don't think Rock Band 5 would have done very well. So,
I think it would have
Rock Band
failed.
5 is fucking Yarg, dude. That's what.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, in a way, yeah.
that might
You
just
know?
be the future of this genre is fan games.
Okay,
Possible.
It's been the
how did
present, future.
how did
everything.
the Yard decide on it being the Rock Band 3 set list, like specifically Rock Band 3? There's so
Dude.
many other Rock Band games.
I said 2. I was like, you got to do 2 because 1, not
I would've
1
loved to
as
see
in
2.
Rock Band 1.
But first of all, Rock Band 2 had the best set list. 2, Rock Band 2 had too many numbers that I'm overlapping here. Sorry. Rock Band 2 was the actual official endless set list. So I said 2, but I think they kind of just went over them and they decided upon 3. And I do understand that 3 kind of makes the most sense. Like, there's a lot of songs that it's like, why is this on this? Like, obviously, like 1 and 2 are regarded as like, you know, the earlier games when we're all younger and getting into the thing are more special. But, you know, Guitar Hero 2 and 3, Rock Band 2 and 3. Or Rock Band 1 and 2, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like the fucking touchstone for the most part. But at the same time, Rock Band 3 has Freebird and Bohemian Rhapsody and Everybody Wants to
It does have those songs like that.
These are all the songs that like the guys kind of like latched onto. Because them cold opening, or I guess hot opening, whatever, with Bohemian Rhapsody, and then deciding on a whim to close with it again, like that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's like an accidental, and like if I think about like Rock Band, because obviously they didn't do it in order, but like what's the most epic Rock Band 2 song? Like 1 was Green Grass, which is like cool, but like
I think like Panic Attack even,
Painkiller.
but even still 100 all the way through.
I feel like that shit hits for us, not necessarily for like the mass audience.
Yeah,
so I feel like 3 kind of was the most like, we are at our prime. We have the most money we've ever had. We can
they went more rock.
Queen.
You know,
we can buy Queen. We can buy Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Yeah, like actual Lynyrd Skynyrd
Osbourne.
Yeah, Crazy Train.
It seemed like a Ludwig idea to go with Rock Band 3. They talked about the selection process on the episode of the Yard leading up to the Rockathon. It's not like Ludwig just was like, Rock Band 3 looks sick. I like all these songs. And then I think Nick and Sly might have wanted Rock Band 2, but they were on board with Rock Band 3 because they saw the set list. They're like, oh, it has that song in there too. Oh wow, yeah, it's a good set list.
I think it made the most sense.
It does.
It's funny because most of the songs I played at the end, I didn't even know. Dude, I had to sing a song with the sour candy, which, by the way, I brushed my teeth for like the next 3 days. And like every time I felt like my teeth vibrating in like a weird way. I have an electric toothbrush. God. And I was like, I am literally having like sour withdrawals.
I think I've had those same sour candies that they were having before. A friend of mine got like whatever, like it was a massive blue circle of sour with like some sort of gooey center. Unmarked bag, yeah. It was like some weird ass, like just clear bag with a white label that said sour or some shit like that on there. Like, here, try this. I'm like, this is disgusting. This is terrible. This is sour for the sake of being sour.
And now it doesn't taste good. A song you've never heard of.
Yeah,
like 40,000 people.
Yeah, that's insane. Luckily, I was able to just like be a man and deal with it, and then just go rinse my mouth out with like a couple glasses of water. I'd have to sing. I'd have to perform in front of people. That sounds terrible. No thanks.
Yeah, I don't even think I know all the Rock Band 3 songs on vocals, so it sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, no, I don't either. I'm much more familiar with Rock Band 2. You know, it's funny. So 2 years ago, one of the guys from Optic, his name is Hitch. He threw this event called Off Season 2. And there was a Guitar Hero 3 tournament there. And so Nick and Slime were actually there for the Smash stuff. They were commentating all of the Melee stuff. And I remember we were me and Alec and his wife were commentating like the Guitar Hero tournament there. And I remember looking in the like an OBS feed for the camera, and I saw that like Slime was just kind of standing there like with his arms crossed just watching for a little bit, and I was like, this is so fucking cool. Like I didn't bother talking to them because I was like, I'm not going to bother either of them because they were busy, you know, like they were sitting on a couch commentating all fucking day with like barely any breaks, right? But it was just cool because like Jake has talked about the fact that they've talked about like playing Guitar Hero as kids, and it was like a full circle moment now, them playing Yarg and being like, this is so crazy. You know, like they were watching the Guitar Hero 3.
I'm gonna go to yardsearch.com. It's a website. I brought this up last week, I think, too, where you can just like search for a couple terms and it'll search through every episode of the Yard for that search term. So I'm just gonna search Guitar Hero. I know we need that for every other podcast. There are so many instances of them talking about Guitar Hero on this podcast. They talked about this shit on episode 7, bro. They talked about this on premium episodes. They talk about Guitar Hero all the time. So it's cool to see them actually do something with Guitar Hero. Well, Yarg. But point is, you know, it was cool to see them actually do shit like that.
I would love to see them do more stuff. Like I'd even when Alec first told me that he was talking to Ludwig, like, I was like, if they need, like, because I make, like, custom guitars, like, I mod the old guitars, and I told Alec if they needed them, I would do it, but, like, two things really was that, one, they're wired, and, like, it's a 10-foot cable, but, like, wireless was the way to go for something like that. Like, it really was, like, why, like, even with the 10-foot cable, it would have still been, tricky. And just a short notice, like, like, getting them there on time wouldn't have been, like,
oh yeah,
like,
no,
it would have
Riffmaster's
just cost
good
too
for
much.
this.
Like, there was no point in it. But
Hey, man, I would have pitched in. That sounds crazy. Custom guitars for each of them.
I would still do it. I would still do it. I don't care.
The original proposition was to do Rock Band 2 Endless Setlist Gold or Platinum Bladder. We're going to just do every channel.
And who's to
cover all
say
the
it still
bases.
couldn't happen?
Exactly.
Rockathon 2.
Dude.
When the fires flare back up, we're right
Oh,
back.
come
It's
on.
raining. It's raining. We're good. We're good.
Oh, we're fine.
It's
We're
raining,
fine.
man.
Earthquake. We'll do a different natural disaster.
Tsunami.
For this one.
Christ.
Yeah, tsunami.
It could be
Who's to say?
anywhere. It could be anywhere.
Anywhere, anything,
This is true.
anytime.
Yeah, doesn't have to be localized in Los Angeles.
I would love to see them do more stuff. Like, it was like, obviously the devs of Yarg, like, really appreciated it because, like, this just kind of like Alex told the story of how, like, he only found that about Yarg because the not so great people on the Rock Band subreddit, like,
every subreddit
closed the
is
thread.
bad.
Yeah.
No, it is.
Yeah,
but
like,
Rock Band's turbo bad. Like, it's so elitist. But anyway, yeah, they deleted the post about Yarg, and Alec was like, "Yo, what is this?"
And I was like, this is the best game I've ever seen in my fucking life. It has vocal support. Like, what? There are no games that support... At this moment in time, there's, like, no games that supported vocals natively, other than, like, the fucking PC version of World Tour, which was, like, only fixed by Definitive Edition. But I was just like, dude, there's no clones that do this. I have a private clone that was, like, supposed to come out, and now the guy works for Clone Hero, but he doesn't do development on that game anymore, and they're not making vocals. So it's like, what are we doing? We need a good party game that's not a pain in the ass to set up. And so it's like, there's Yarg. There you go.
Yep.
Works.
Click it, you drag in the songs, and then you're playing. You're playing.
Proved the concept perfectly with the yard, just being able to set it up and put on a great show for 30,000 people. It was very well received.
People loved it. It was
Minus
so well received.
If people playing on easy can set it up,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boom.
and have fun
Yeah.
with it. I mean, there you go. There you go.
I'm really hoping we see more large streamers picking up Yarg and doing events like this. Hey,
Yeah.
send this to your favorite large streamer and ask them to check out Yarg. Legit,
Yeah.
the scene's getting more traffic.
doesn't
They
go
help.
have to be
Copyright
for
free
charity.
if you just sing, copyright free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be for charity stream. It doesn't have to be a special event. You can just do it. I know
Do
S-Fan
it.
does Rock Band nights every now and then, and the
Yeah,
production
dude,
they do for that is sick.
S-Fan does Rock Band 4 nights, and they're awesome. The production is great.
Mhm.
You know,
They're very
like,
cool.
it's super sick. Yeah.
There's a yearning for this type of game still, and it's harder to find a good source to do it unless you're in the know.
I think
you know?
I think the Yard kind of proved that too in a way, because like just watching people enjoy
Have
a rhythm
fun.
game from like a casual perspective, because like, you know, the people who watch like Alec or Jake or Jason, like, you know, they're pretty dedicated into the scene, right? And so to have the Yard do something so accessible, and apparently like the metrics for Yarg, like they got a ton of downloads after that. Like, a
Did.
ton.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, my exact point, which is my like mic drop, is the reason why Twitch and Justin TV and Ustream and everything was so big and popular and worked out so well is we all had a older brother or someone or cousin or whatever who played video games and maybe was a little older. Maybe they're playing like a Final Fantasy, something we didn't really understand yet. You just watch someone play video games and it was like the coolest thing. And now there's this thing where you could watch other people play video games and it became one of the biggest things. Amazon bought it.
Yeah.
None of this really existed when Rock Band was in its prime. People weren't streaming 4 guys hanging out, getting drunk, playing Rock Band. And it's cool that this is kind of the first stream of that on a major scale in like a casual sense.
That's an
That's very
interesting
true.
point.
Yeah,
I've never
that's
thought of it like that
really-
before. Rock Band really was like ahead of its time in terms of like, you know, what the modern era looks like today.
You
with
could
live
take any
streaming and
4 people who are like do whatever and throw them on this game and make it a stream, and it'll do great.
You aren't
Yeah.
wrong.
People
You're right.
enjoy. I mean, people aren't like, I want to go watch karaoke. I'm going to go to a karaoke bar and watch people. I hope there's some good singers here. Like, people go to karaoke to get blasted and hang out with their friends and see their friends sing.
This is very
songs.
true.
And
Yeah, exactly.
that's
It's
fine.
not
right.
necessarily about the gameplay. It's about watching people have fun and having fun with them.
Some
Yeah.
people do. Some people do want to see people do it really well, but also some people want to see
Some
people
people,
do
yeah.
it really poorly. And that's why this stream went. I mean, there's reasons why it went so well besides that, but that's why it was so special, is because I feel like there hasn't been a large stream of like well-known people who might not exist in that world playing the game, just fucking around like they were when the game came out. You know?
No, you're totally right. I agree
You're right.
100%.
Yeah, I
100%.
totally agree with
Now,
that.
picking the mic back up, Drum Hill 3.
Yeah, let's get it back together.
Yeah, let's do another drum.
Some
Hell,
guy
bro.
913 freak. You can take some time off work and you can get
Yeah,
this
we'll
set
take
up.
your place,
How many
bro.
Rock Band DLC
Yeah.
songs are there now?
Well, like
Oh,
4,000,
man.
5,000, somewhere in there.
1,000. Dude, that's
Get to
nothing.
work. Get to work.
That's not.
That's easy. Yeah.
That's a
That
cool
that wouldn't
like
take
2
long.
weeks of songs, maybe more.
Yeah.
God,
Your
I made
subathon.
I
Speed
made
runner.
a spreadsheet for all this before. I don't think I had durations on there though. Man,
That's
it'd be
an
crazy to
idea.
see durations.
That's an idea that you might have to bleep out. Actually, that's
Yeah,
a subathon
save that.
idea.
Save
is a
that shit.
subathon
Okay,
idea.
okay.
Like actually,
Like a 30-day subathon that you can't end the stream, and you
Until
have
you
to
play every single
every-
Rock Band DLC song
God.
or some shit.
Oh my-
like
I'm telling
every
you-
song in the series.
I'm telling you, you don't want to do this. You don't want to pitch this because there's 50% just dog shit is hidden away in
Yeah,
the
it's
Rock
not
Band
great.
Network. Unless you
That's
take away the Rock
best
Band Network
part.
songs.
That's
There's
the
a song
best
called
part.
Sex, bro, and it's insane. That song is insane.
Yeah, I bet, man.
You want to play Gambit by Zeph, bro?
Yeah, it's by here you go. You go watch it really quick.
I don't
It's
think I've
called
ever
Sex
heard.
by SNMT, and they just say
I've never
sex
heard
for
this
about a
song, man.
minute. It is awful. My ears hurt like listening to this. You gotta turn down your volume.
This is an official chart.
Yeah, this is on Rock Band Network. Yeah,
What the fuck? How did I not know this? I have this right now.
yeah. Go
It's from
FC
12
that.
years
I
ago.
have this right now. What a question.
I have sex right now.
The song is 30 seconds. My bad. It's not a minute. The,
The
video's
video's a minute, but wow, that is.
You know what's
30
funny too
second
is
sex
that
checks out.
Becky 125 commented on this 2 years ago and said the earliest known example of modern day humor. That is very true.
Yeah.
That is very, very true.
Wrong.
Oh
Ahead of
yeah,
its
no.
time.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, that Becky, that person, she uploads videos in the style of 2008, 2009.
Yes.
YouTube.
Oh, you'll love this, man.
So like, yeah, if you ever want a cool ass fucking time capsule, or just like some.
Oh
cool
my god,
opening
I
videos.
did not realize she's been doing so many more. Look at the Aesthetics of Hate video.
I
Yeah,
have to pee
this
real
is.
quick. Sorry.
It
Yeah,
goes
no.
black
Yeah,
and
this-
white at times.
Oh my god. Oh, she like inverts it. Oh my god.
With
This is-
the background getting inverted. Holy shit!
This is so classic.
Yo.
I have not
Wow.
kept up on this.
Is this an FC? Wait, hold up.
No, it's
99%.
99. Oh yeah, no, no, it
That's a
wasn't
good-ass
always
run, though.
FCs. It wasn't always FCs. It was 99s, 5GS.
Yeah, it's a hard song, bro.
It is a hard song. Dude, the inverted, holy crap.
This
Oh
is
my
so
insane.
good. Yeah, I love this. I love this, man. I love her channel.
That's
That
so
is
sick.
sick.
Crazy work.
Yeah.
Literally, and the background's so perfect too because there's nothing to indicate
is.
that it's the current year. There's a fucking Game Boy Advance box back there, bro.
Yeah.
That laptop might be a little advanced.
Besides the laptop.
It looks very thin.
What would really complete
Laptops were
it?
not thin. They were not thin back then,
That's
bro.
so true. What would really complete it? She has to get like a 2010s like Dell XPS fucking
Dude,
laptop.
Dude, there's
I
like
had a Dell
PS3 games
laptop.
back there. You can't tell at all.
There's
Yeah.
a boxed Game Boy Advance.
Oh, what? There's a PS4 Pro.
Oh, is
Oh
there?
I see a
well,
PS4
don't look
Pro
so
right
closely
there.
at that, then, man. I didn't see that.
There's N64 games, and I see a
I think
Super
that's a
Nintendo
Wii
next
U.
to those.
There's also a Wii
Is there a
U
Wii?
right there.
Yeah, you're right. There it is.
Yeah, look, or it's a black
Oh
Wii.
well, I
It's
mean,
one of the two.
we're getting close. We're getting close.
Hey,
to
but the
getting-
shoes though, the shoes.
the shoes
I see a
nail it.
copy of GH2 though. You see that copy of GH2
Where is
on
it?
PS2? On PS2?
Oh, I know. I see it.
Oh,
I see
yeah,
it.
there it
Yeah.
is by the Game Boy thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
just
cool
realized I'm
shit.
watching a completely different video. That could have been changed, but no, this is consistent. I was
What?
watching Rio by Duran Duran FC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are
Feel like
not
we
watching
talk-
the
we
same
talked
thing,
for a
bro.
hot fucking minute. I just
It's been
realized
2 hours.
I looked over the thing. Damn, we're just
Damn.
yapping, bro.
I'm just watching this Aesthetics of Hate drum chart, just zoning out, being like, this
It's
is a
so
pretty fun song.
perfect.
Yeah,
It's so
It's a great
I'll,
video. Yeah, it's a great video.
Anyways, we should probably start
man.
wrapping it up. Appreciate you very much for coming on, Carlo. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank
so
you.
much. It's been great.
Yeah,
Talking about
trying to get more
random-
guests.
Yeah, 2025 is the year of guests for us. We feel like we've
That's what we're
not
trying to
done
do.
many guests. So thank you for being our first guest of the year. What a
Yes.
great way to set off the year of guests, because you aren't well known in the Guitar Hero space, but you know so much.
And that's
you
what,
are like
that's what
us.
I liked about this episode.
So it'd be
Yeah.
hard to find you in any other way, because I didn't really know who you were until I saw you on the yard and you shut no score here. I thought that was so cool. So it's cool to talk to you. Cool to talk to somebody who knows so much like us. He has the same sort of brain development as we had back in the day.
Brain
And,
rot.
can relate to us on that sort of level.
Pretty Chill is burned into my brain. Like, you know,
Hell yeah.
You're like pretty
Pretty
chill.
Pretty chill.
He made a GH Tunes custom called Pretty Chill. Have that shit
Yeah.
downloaded on my world tour.
I have that shit too.
Yeah, I have
already
his
know.
customs on my old 360 as well, on like smash hits and stuff. Frontline by Sean Superstar, the
Frontline
classics.
was one of them.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Sean Superstar. Cheated Trog.
Ba-da-da-da-ba-da-da-ba-da-da.
About those songs. Forgot that was an entire feature.
Yeah,
People just
It's-
making the world's worst music just to make the hardest chart.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Honestly, I mean, that seems like it was way ahead of its time, no? Being able to make a custom song like that. I mean, with tools today, you could make some actually good tunes, probably. Maybe. I don't know. What do I know?
They
Maybe.
did
I
that
mean,
in
Fortnite
Fortnite
kind of.
Festival. If they did that in
Yeah.
Festival with all the stems, like if you bought a jam track, you could use it to like craft other charts
To make a
with it.
chart for it? I mean, I don't know. That'd be kind of cool.
Fortnite. It's on the Epic Games Store. It's on the Xbox launcher.
Yeah,
It's on
it's
your
on your
damn phone.
PlayStation. It's on your phone. It's on your Nintendo Switch. It's on your
Not
computer.
on
It's
the
everywhere.
Apple Store. Wait, or is it back
Not-
on the
well,
Apple Store?
In the
Not yet.
EU.
You can sideload it somehow.
Yes, in the
Somehow.
EU. You
You
can
could
sideload it in the US. I have it on my phone.
You could buy an iPhone with TikTok, Flappy Bird, and the Epic Store.
You
Oh, that's
could.
at least like
Oh,
$5,000
You
right
could.
there.
That is
man.
the
That's a
most
rare one.
expensive phone
That's
ever.
rare as shit.
That's a
I would trade my Freddie W Riffmaster for that phone.
For that phone.
That's a great trade. You should do that.
I feel like that's the kind of phone you'd find on like Pawn Stars now or something.
Maybe like it's got Flappy Bird. It's
Best
got
I could do
Fortnite.
is $47,000.
I don't know, man.
was
I
looking
know
more
what I
for
have.
80,000.
I know what I have.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this shit up, though. Thank you very much, Carlo, for coming on. I appreciate that. Where can they
Yes, thank
find
you.
your work?
At Carlo Cavaluzzi on Twitter and Instagram, website carlocavaluzzi.com, portfolio, photography stuff, whatever. But yeah, that's about it.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. See you guys next week.
Okay, bye.